This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 419 for the week of May 16th, 2016. My name is Zach.
And my name is Steve.
On today's show, we have the Impel Down crew of the One Piece Podcast with us. We've collected prisoners from around the world, including Eisner Award-nominated Joey Weiser is with us. Hey, Joey.
Hey, last week I was in Indiana for Free Comic Book Day, and I met a couple listeners, which was really cool. So I want to shout out to Megan and Drake. It was great to see you and talk some One Piece.
Awesome. Shout out to Megan and Drake, yeah.
You scum. Sorry, Joey followed up with really nice stories. They're like, yeah, Joey's about a level 3 level prisoner. He's
what's happening on level 3? I can't remember.
Is that burning hell?
Starvation.
Starvation.
Oh, that's starvation. Yeah.
Oh, you guys, I mean, I've been meaning to diet a little more, so I guess I'll take
Nice.
it. This works out perfectly. We also have YouTube sensation and one of my co-hosts for Punch Trump Love. We have RogersBase with us. Hey, Roger.
I like that that's also now one of my new titles. That's pretty cool. I like it. What's going on, everybody? Also, really quick, I want to take this opportunity to let everybody know who's listening. I will be at ASEN this coming Friday. So we're recording this on what day is today? The
Monday.
16th? No, I know it's Monday. But May 16th. So this upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be at ASEN in Chicago. So I'm going to be at the One Piece cosplay meetup wearing my Senior Pink outfit, apparently, because you guys voted. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I'm also going to be doing a meetup immediately following. So yeah, just keep it posted on my Twitter and my YouTube and look for any announcements that I'm going to be making. And additionally, I will also be at E3. So come say hi to me at E3.
It's the 1 year we're not at ASEN, and you gotta go, Roger. What are you doing here? Yeah, that music, that was just there. That wasn't Roger doing that.
Right.
We also have our other co-host from Punch Trump Love and also the animation director for Rick and Morty. We have Bryan Newton with us. Hey, Bryan.
Hello. Good to be back. Pretty sure it's my first call-in show.
Yeah, I think it's probably everyone except for Steve and I's first call-in show here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
really
remember
excited.
my first call-in show. Actually, I
Like
don't.
a
I don't remember what
virgin.
our first. I don't remember what our
Is
first
there crying
call-in show
involved?
was.
Yes, there's lots of crying. Either the callers will make us cry or we'll make them cry. Either way, there'll be a lot of it.
Please
are
don't make me
prisoners.
cry, man. It's been a long day. I do not want to cry any more than I already have.
Before we get into the phone calls, I want to make the big announcement that we will be at MatsuryCon this August. It's August 19th through 21st in Columbus, Ohio. Now, what's cool about this is that except for 2 of the cast members, the entire One Piece crew, meaning the entire English One Piece cast, will be there. And we're going to be doing some really awesome stuff there that we're going to be announcing in the coming weeks. So keep an eye on the website. Excited about that, though? Steve, I guess?
Oh, totally. The funny thing is, Doctor and I were originally going to this con anyway. I was going to do Ars Sally, and Doc's just going there for fun. And then it turned out this is like One Piece, the convention. One of our listeners actually told us it was during a game night like a month or so ago, and I had no idea. Like, I haven't checked the website since that they're doing all this One Piece stuff that's pirate themed and all that. So yeah, we got in touch with these folks, and yeah, we're gonna be quite busy. We haven't been this kind of busy at a con in a long time, and I don't even think of all the stuff we've done. I don't think it's been this busy, but we got a lot of stuff planned out, and you won't be disappointed.
No.
One Piece fans, whether you're like just like a One Piece fan, if you're a dub fan, it doesn't matter.
If you're
you
a
like the
podcast
series,
fan, if you're a manga fan, if you're an anime fan.
if you're a Zach fan,
You're going to really love it if you're a Zach fan, I'll say that. I know I will. So yeah, that's going to be happening this August. I'm super excited for it. And we'll be talking about that more in the coming weeks. But there's something else that's coming this summer, and that is One Piece Film Gold. And there have been a lot of announcements today in particular, including a new trailer, the announcement of Volume 777, not the actual Volume 777, which is coming out in 2053. Don't worry, that'll come.
And our sons and daughters will be helming the show at that point.
Yes, we have it all planned. It's going to be kind of like a kingdom where we pass it off to them.
I was going to say Dragon Ball GT, the very finale.
I don't want to wear purple pants.
I'm
No,
gonna.
it's just gonna be Steve Yurko Jr. Everyone's a junior.
Oh no, we're gonna have to.
Everyone's a junior. My son could already turn Super Saiyan by the time he's like.
Its name is gonna be
walking.
spelt backwards. It's gonna be De.
Man, I really got to catch up on Super after all this. I've been hearing like crazy stuff after this past week. So
I would have no idea. I have not watched Super.
I haven't even watched it. I did catch up on My Hero Academia, but that's not what
Good
this
shit.
podcast is about. No, it is good.
We're talking about everything but One Piece.
So yeah, the One Piece film Gold trailer came out. We just watched it before we started recording. Thoughts, Steve? You want to start us off here?
It came at good timing because I just watched the previous trailer only recently, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna look good. And then I saw this one, I'm like, oh, this is gonna look really good. This trailer was just jam packed with so much gold, no pun intended, that you probably like didn't catch everything the first time around. Like I was like, oh, like it was hilarious. Like Brooke was in drag and Joey and Zach didn't know what I was talking about. And then when I went back to go see it again, it turned out it was, Nami, Robin, Sanji, and Chopper and Usopp all dressed up as Celestial Dragons. Or just affiliated with Celestial Dragons, and it got a good chuckle out of me.
Brooks their slave.
Yeah, Brooks the slave. Sanji's the knight, and Robin's a bodyguard in a tux and sunglasses, and that I was laughing really hard at that. But yeah, it was also announced that Lucci and Spondum and Sabo and Koala are going to be in this. I'm predicting it's going to be very similar to how like Sengoku and Garp and Kobe and Helmeppo were in Film Z. Very briefly.
And Sakazuki we saw was in it already.
With the rising popularity of Sabo, it wouldn't surprise me if just Luffy's fighting Gold Tesoro, and then Sabo's like, "Hey, it's me, your older brother. Here I am to do everything cool." And I'm like,
Fighting Gold using Gear 4, which means we're going to get big screen, high animation adaptation of that fight.
Just talk about the animation, it looks gorgeous. I love the. I just love this consistent look that the One Piece movies have had since Strong World, and it looks like a beaut. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. I hope we get stateside.
The shininess of the gold, just like when he's doing all his different attacks and Sanji's attacking and Zoro's attacking, looks beautiful. Like seeing this in HD on a giant screen is going to be great. But I will say, I am hoping that there's a little more than just like a small cameo of Lucci. Like I hope that he's somehow involved in the story, where maybe like the world government is like investigating the casino or something like that. But I've been dying to see more of Lucci, so I really hope it's more than just a brief cameo.
If anything, this Gold character, I can't think of his name right now.
Gil Tesoro.
Gil Tesoro. If he's anything like Doflamingo, which it seems like they're kind of prepping this as like a side Dressrosa arc, then if the world government's probably involved because he has some shenanigans, like maybe he's manipulating people through gold and everything's not what it seems. Like maybe the gold's not real. Maybe it's like Joker bucks from the first Batman.
Guys, Diamante's in this movie. Diamante.
Worse,
not Diamante.
Worse than Diamante is Treble. Like I honestly
I'd rather
take it down.
To completely honest, I'd rather take Treble because at least Treble had like a good gimmick.
Diamante didn't have anything.
Diamante's like, I'm Steven Tyler. Hello.
Yeah, what is it? Volume 78 just came out in English, the book version. Yeah. I've been rereading the end of that fight. I'm like, yeah, Diamante is a little disappointing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It seems like the higher they got up in the ranks, the less interesting the Doflamingo family was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still love me some Pika though. That's just it.
Yeah, Pika's definitely the best.
And Mr. Anime, he was just fantastic.
And I know I'm the only one of this group, but I gotta say I love Senior Pink. I really do.
No,
like,
I'm there with you, Roger.
All right. There you go.
Yeah,
you're with the Impel Down crew. Everyone here likes Senior Pink.
Yeah, Senior Pink is pretty great, but he's no Dellinger. But he's
no Dellinger, right? Exactly. Thank you, Steve. So yeah, any other thoughts about the film Gold trailer except for Shining running forever?
It's Lupin the Third Part 5 One Piece film Gold.
Yeah, totally. I'm glad I'm not the only one who originally called like, yeah, this is a heist movie. Yeah, you even see like Luffy with a plunger on the side of a building.
Oh yeah,
they're in a car. Cars exist in One Piece now.
Yeah.
The part I am most excited about, and I was mentioning this before we started, is the soundtrack. And I'm a nerd for this, and Alex isn't here to, be my counterpart here, but the soundtrack sounds awesome. What was the name of the person that we were trying to determine at the end with the ridiculous name?
With the Cracker Barrel name?
Well, there's the band Glim Spanky that I'm very excited about.
That's what I was talking about.
Yes,
that is
Glim
a great punk band name.
And Mayumi Kojima is the other person who we have been waiting for, who's the jazz musician that I think Alex was talking about. Yeah, and Brian, were you the other one talking about it? I forgot who the other person talking about it was.
It was Steven.
Steven. It was Steven.
Yeah.
I think it was Steven.
I love the cover volume that comes with the purchase of your ticket looks so pretty too. That like volume 777 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the artwork on the front and it's just like, it makes me want a full like Las Vegas themed story arc. It's a shame we're getting it like.
Is there any? Do we know what's going to be in that volume?
Oh, sorry.
All at the same time. Brian, yeah.
Yeah. Do we know what's in that volume? I was going to ask that.
It's on our website, just kind of the general, it's mostly secret. I expect it to be a lot like Volume 1000, which came out during Film Z. I don't expect it to be like Volume 0, which came out during Strong World.
We're more likely to get to Volume 777 before we get to Volume 1000, so.
It's technically true. And it's unlikely we'll get back to Volume 0 ever again. We're only going up. No, but that's true. It's unlikely. So I think if that's it, our phone call should be coming in momentarily. The lines have now opened up to the world, I believe.
Nervous.
So we will wait for those. I'll just say this also. OPP 7 years. We're celebrating 7 years of the One Piece podcast. We want to hear your favorite memories of the show. So hashtag OPP 7 years on Twitter, anywhere else. We'll be celebrating that anniversary at the end of this month and the beginning of next month. One last thing. We have a double anime recap at the end of the show as well. So stick around for that. Now, Steve, since we are waiting for the calls to come in, would you like to start us off on Reddit? And let's see how many of these we actually get through.
Okay. This one comes from...
Oh, we're not even going to get through that. Let's start with our first call.
Comes from our first caller.
Hi, you're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, I'm Miranda and I'm from Georgia.
Hi, how is it going?
I'm doing good. I'm also known as Awesome92 on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where in Georgia do you live?
I live in Milburn, Georgia, which is actually almost close to Atlanta.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm in Athens.
Oh, nice. You're not that far from where I live.
Yeah. That's cool.
So what's your question?
Yeah. For the latest manga chapter, do you think that, well, a lot of people say it is Sanji's brother. I think it's Sanji's brother too. So do you think that he might help out the Straw Hat Pirates, or are they going to be against him?
I kind of feel like the Vinsmokes are going to be the main antagonist of the Whole Cake Island arc. Like, I feel like because Big Mom has already now been set up with, like, the girl who looks like Lola, and we know about the Vivre card that Lola gave the Straw Hat crew, it seems more likely to me that the Vinsmokes will be the main antagonist. And the other reason that kind of, like, I say that is because Sanji obviously hates the Vinsmokes. And I don't think they're going to make the guys who Sanji already hates the good guys of this arc, or even the allies of this arc. So,
Yeah, and I kind of have to back that up with the implication that Big Mom, even though she is an emperor, I almost feel like she won't be the same threat that Kaido is. I think Big Mom Atsy may end up like allying with the Straw Hats in the end. I don't see like a big arc just to take down Big Mom at this point. Yeah. She has a really colorful cast of characters.
They'll have a fun arc though.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
It'd be more like a competition, not like, oh, she's threatening the world, we have to take her down.
Mm-hmm.
Spear Yonko, she's not that bad, to be honest.
Right.
Well, we don't know for sure. I mean, didn't we see her like eat a person?
Yeah, but who doesn't?
That's true, yeah, and she was like burping up acid and stuff. Yeah.
Steve, do they not do that in California?
With all those species and eating.
Yeah. And then she didn't get her sweets, so she's got to make it up somehow.
It's true.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Vinsmokes are all sort of like dressed. I kind of imagine them, at least at this point, all dressed in black, kind of Sanji style. and then in contrast with Big Mom's colorful, crazy crew. But we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, the other thing is that Sanji's quote-unquote brother, he could actually just be his twin, too. Because do we have twins in One Piece yet? Outside of the fillers?
I mean, Lola certainly looks like... I mean, not Lola, but the girl who is in this last chapter certainly looks like she could be Lola's twin, so
True.
It wouldn't surprise me. And actually, what are... I guess they're not twins, though. They're sister, but they're like a couple minutes apart or something. The two from Water 7, Frankie family. What are their names? Yeah, what are their names?
I don't even know if they're
Mozu
related.
and Kiwi.
I think they just do their hair.
No, yeah, I don't think they're related.
What?
That's
Yeah.
very
No, they
strange.
just look
sounds
alike.
familiar to me. That sounds familiar to me.
They
Something
did a
about
little bit
them
of
not being
plastic surgery
related.
on each other just to look alike.
I've always referred to them as the Square Sisters.
Well, they are the
That sounds so much like Squid Sisters, and I just got flashbacks to Splatoon.
Yeah, it's a
She thought it was so funny that she had it on her keyboard. Thanks so much for calling in, though. We have like 1 million calls coming in. I want to let other people have a chance as well.
Okay, Zach is overreacting here. 1 million, Jesus Christ.
At least 30. Okay, thank you for calling.
Gideon troops.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, obviously, now that person is hung up, all the calls have stopped because that's how that works.
I don't even want to bother reading this Reddit question.
Oh wait, no, here we go. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, this is Sean, the Cadet Hat Variety, and I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Hi, Sean. From Rhode
Welcome.
Island. From the mysterious land of Rhode Island. What's your
I know, right?
question?
Really, I just wanted to say... Oh, well... Really, I just wanted to pop in and just say thanks. Like, I found out about you guys for about 2 years ago, and it's been a hell of a ride. Wrapping up Dressrosa and going through Zoe.
It's been that long, and we've gone through Dressrosa and Zoe.
Yeah, then we got this guy holding up the line. Doesn't even have a question. Saying nice things about
I mean,
us.
like, if I had a question, like, I mean, if anything, maybe, like, what do you think each Straw Hat's favorite movie would be?
Ooh.
Favorite movie.
Let's not do all of them. Let's just choose one per person.
Oh man.
Or, like, your favorites.
Oh yeah, your favorite.
Or your favorite Straw Hat's their
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Frankie is Mad Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Chopper's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
For Sanji, I had like two that first came to mind, either Titanic or Ratatouille.
Ooh, Ratatouille's a good one.
I was thinking
guess-
Brooke is obsessed with like skeletons and stuff, but he doesn't actually like scary stuff. So maybe like Nightmare Before Christmas or something. Or maybe a musical.
Or something with a lot of
that is a
fan
musical.
service.
I imagine Brooke like wanting to go like opening up a tree and wandering into like a Victoria's Secret and being like, "What's this? What's this? There's panties everywhere. What's this?"
Luffy, Peter Pan. Is that too obvious? Is that low hanging fruit there?
Peter Pirate.
I don't know if Luffy has enough.
As long as there's explosions in it.
Yeah,
good
Luffy's
point.
got a short attention span, so he can do some like YouTube videos or something. About meat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a Transformers
Cooking videos.
movie.
I was gonna say, yeah, that or a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, Michael Bay movie is perfect for Luffy. Look, I love Luffy, but he has an
Exactly.
awful taste in movies. Let me just be honest here.
So you're saying there's been Transformers hiding out on Earth for over 50 years, so it is a mystery.
Luffy, we must go get the cube.
He does love robots.
Pretty good.
He does love robots. I think that's perfect. Sean, thanks so much for the support and thanks for calling in.
Oh, hey, no problem. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Peace
Thank
out.
you.
Thanks, man.
Hey.
Coming soon, a live-action adaptation of One Piece starring Shia LaBeouf as Monkey D. Luffy.
You're on the One Piece pod.
No.
You're on the One Piece.
No.
You are on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm from Canada, but you probably know me better as Joey Joestar from Reddit.
Yes, that sounds familiar. I believe we've read that name several times.
Yes, you have.
So what's your question?
I had a really dumb question involving Foxy Pirates and the baby back fight.
Ooh, I like those.
What if during the last war, at the very end of the series, when the Straw Hats are fighting the Blackbeard Pirates, instead of a fight, they do a Davy back fight? What would be the 3 challenges, and what would be the outcome?
One would be a pie eating contest.
No.
The other would be a meat eating contest. And now we need a third that would actually be an even match.
The swimsuit competition.
But it would have to be after they've already eaten. Like, so, like, who looks better with their post-food belly?
I think Blackbeard would look the same, and Luffy would not.
All we did was just come up with with freaking food competitions. I don't know, a game of t-ball.
T-ball, but they wear the balls on their heads.
Oh yeah.
Now, Zoro, you better not hit me in the face with that bat. Oh, I won't, Sanji. What? Oops, I missed.
Okay, Mr. Joestar, thank you for calling in.
Oh, thank you very much.
Here we go. Next one. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, this is Andrew, and I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, how's it going?
Ooh, Dallas.
Doing well.
So yeah, what's your question?
So a lot of Film Gold news has come out recently, and I would like to know your thoughts on Sabo and Lucci being announced for the movie, and if possibly they might have a confrontation with each other.
We discussed this a bit, but yeah, Joey, go ahead.
More excited about Lucci than Sabo, just because it seems like it has more kind of like, I don't know, with Lucci's involved. I know that Sabo's involved with the revolutionaries and stuff, but bringing Lucci in makes it seem like there's a lot of sort of intrigue and stuff possible, whereas Sabo to me just seems like he'll be flashy and cool and do some cool stuff, you know.
I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly.
Yeah. I think that the weird thing is, too, for people who aren't, like, hardcore One Piece fans, who are just casual, like, watchers who maybe just watch the anime and then went to go see the movie, it's going to be really weird because Sabo just left them in the anime, and then now he's going to be back in the movie, and it's going to be like, oh, you weren't gone very long, big brother.
It is possible, though, that these characters might interact with each other.
Yeah.
So I could see them doing that because it's like, well, that won't affect the overall canon too much.
Actually, you know what? That potentially just happened in the manga.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
So could this be after that, or start putting the movies in canon perspective?
Yeah, we're not really sure yet. I mean, there was that one scene with the Doflamingo crew, but that I think Joey was mentioning earlier. That was probably like pre-movie. It's like why am I thinking flashback?
The word you were looking for is flashback.
There we go. $1 million question.
Something that One Piece fans are familiar with.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
I think that's it. Thanks for calling in, though.
Okay.
You sounded thrilled about it. Okay, we got more calls coming in. They don't stop. They can't stop.
Okay.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is Abdul. I'm calling from, the Caribbeans.
Oh.
Whoa, awesome.
Cool.
Well, I'm originally from New York, but I go to med school here in the Caribbean. Islands.
That's even cooler. Are you kidding? You go to med school in the Caribbean?
Go New York.
Have your life, please.
We're in the Caribbeans. If you're okay saying.
It's near St. Martin. It's a small island called Anguilla, not Antigua, but
Angola.
Anguilla, not Angola.
Angola's in Africa. Yeah.
Way apart.
I honestly just finished listening to the Chef Boyardee episode. I guess Roger was in on that one also.
Great episode image, I gotta say.
Yeah. Oh man, fantastic. So, I may be a little bit behind on the episode, so maybe I didn't get to hear your thoughts yet on the reveal at the end where we see one of, I guess, Sanji's either dad or one of his brothers. Are any of you either worried that these guys may look exactly like Sanji does. They may not be looking exactly like Quirky at all, or they may not have like these super cool outfits. Maybe they're all just in a bunch of suits, just like Sanji is, with the curly eyebrows.
But his
hair,
eyebrow curls in the other direction.
Yeah,
What was
that's
that?
right. He does.
It curls in the other direction. It's completely different. They're completely different people.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
This makes me now. My mind's going in a completely different direction. But what if Star Wars Clone Wars was just all Sanjis, and instead of that Australian dude?
That's what Django
Oh
Fett.
man, I love that you said that. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. So that actually is very cool.
I spent my sick weekend watching that.
We're brothers. Now pick up your cigarettes and your very expensive lighter and get on the battlefield.
I
That's
think I've been
amazing.
thinking. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Joey.
I think I've been thinking about with that last panel there is that like we still only see half of that guy's face, and like we know that Sanji covers half of his face because his eyebrows kind of would look weird with seeing both of them. But like it'll be interesting to see if we do see the entirety of his other family members' faces, and maybe if their curly eyebrows are more symmetrical.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Sanji's the odd one out. Yeah.
Like they may all seem like similar but different in their own way. Like we may see like different shapes, we may see different sizes. One may be like a really fat brother, but he still has this similar hairstyle or something like that. But that's very cool. Big fan of you guys. All of you guys, keep doing what you're doing. I know I comment on like even the editorials that you guys write.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
Amazing things, like, and it gets me through med school, and I go back to New York every 4 months. And it's just like, all right, man, like I'm keeping up on One Piece. I'm keeping on the One Piece podcast and the editorials, and then Star Wars. So it's Star Wars, One Piece, med school. That's how I get through.
You're in the right place.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for the support.
Take care.
Bye.
No problem.
Right.
I also just noticed that Transformers 5 is now trending on Twitter. So
No
I don't know if
coincidence.
everyone's just listening.
Well, we're not live, so it's impossible. But
Hey, don't tell them. They're breaking the illusion.
oh, I'm sorry. We're completely live, and that's why it's happening.
Exactly.
I went too long, and we had a call, and they hung up. Oh, what are we gonna do? Steve,
Huh?
do you want to try? Oh no, I can't. Hi, you're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey Zach, it's Dan.
Oh, hi, Dan.
Steve's here. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Dan.
You sound so happy to hear from me.
Hello.
What's your
Hi,
question,
Dan.
Dan?
I don't know you, but hello.
I don't know
Hi,
you either,
Joey.
but I like your Calvin and Hobbes picture. It's awesome.
Why, thank you. I'm pretty sure that's Roger.
That's me.
Yay, he's so cute.
I have to
Anywho,
say hi as well.
Thank you.
naturally. Oh man, I probably should have thought of a question. Does it have to be One Piece related?
No.
Oh, God. I have a question
not.
for you.
You do.
Yes. Endless Schmaltz, keep it up.
Well,
Well, I did see, we do have the next,
27.
we have the commentary episode. He did put it on Drive, Zach.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's
There's
ready
really
to go.
not much editing to do it. It's just the commentary track.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll get that up soon since we're all talking about this.
Hopefully.
Dan, what's
I
your
know
question?
It's not Punch Trump love, but
No, it isn't. It isn't.
You can't really trump that. Anywho.
Endless,
Beautiful.
Endless Schmaltz is my baby, so like it doesn't have priority. But Zach's is like, as soon as he records something, that shit, it put a nice.
Hey,
chest
get
in-
into politics and you can join.
Yeah.
Right up Steve's alley.
Dan, what's your
Yeah.
question before Steve kills me with his eyes?
Oh, God, I guess I'll just keep it short and simple. Pick one quality in someone in this call that you would like. Like, you can steal Roger's dashing good looks, or you can steal
Hey.
Steve's abominable height, something like that.
Abominable height.
I want to steal Zach's law degree and then be able to go to court over copyright claims.
Do you get my
That's what I
debt?
wanted.
Do you get my debt with the law
No,
degree?
I don't want your debt.
Wait,
though. I don't.
I thought you just do building contract lawyer stuff though.
Oh, it's all fun. But yeah, he could. I mean, once he has the law degree, he could do whatever he
Exactly.
wants with it.
Do whatever
guess.
I want. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I want Brian's job.
I figured that was coming.
that's a given.
I want Zach's voice.
Really?
Yeah. I don't sound like a Muppet.
And I thank you, Dan. And I want Steve's voice, so it goes all the way around.
Joey, what do you want?
Oh gosh, I don't know. You guys all seem to be doing pretty good.
Joey's just like, oh, I'm perfect.
I see a lot of room for improvement in myself. So.
In all of you.
So if I could just like combine you all like Voltron and bring you your positive qualities to me, that would be great.
If I get the foreman head.
Coming to Netflix this summer.
Oh yeah, true.
Anyway, Dan, thanks for calling in.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys have a nice night ahead of you. Anyway,
It just started.
Yep.
Okay, let me bring in the next person. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Jason.
Hello? I think he's breaking up.
My name is Jason. I'm from Florida.
Oh, hi, Jason. How's it going?
Hello, Jason.
Good, how are you?
So what's your question?
How do you guys think Luffy is going to beat Kaido?
Can you say that one more time?
How do you think Luffy will defeat Kaido?
Oh, okay.
Like, do you think it'll take 1 or 2 times, or?
Lots of punches.
Many punches.
Yeah.
So many punches.
Roger.
I feel like.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Steve said 1 punch, but I think that's the wrong.
No, I said punch after punch after punch.
Oh, okay, that's more likely. Roger, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of think that Luffy is going to need the help of Law and Kid. Now that we know that Kid is sort of like going against Kaido's orders, I feel like we're going to get that alliance between those 3 characters, and I think we're going to have to see some type of like team up attack between the 3 of them, because Luffy is strong, obviously, and I think he has more things still to show off, but even if he has like Gear 5 or something like that waiting in the wings, I still kind of feel like he needs to team up with somebody to take down Kaido. Like, I'm kind of thinking a similar situation to when all the Straw Hats took on Oars back in Thriller Bark, only it'd be like that everybody would be up against Kaido. So it'd be like all the Straw Hats and Luffy and the Minks and Law's crew and Kid's crew and everybody. So
I like it. Yeah, that's a good
I
answer.
disagree. I think I may have even said this last time I was on the show. I feel like that fact that we almost can't imagine Luffy beating Kaido without everyone's help is what makes it be so that he has to do it on his own, so that he's completely defying all expectations and like cementing him as even more of a power within the One Piece world.
Yeah. I'll be a contrarian and say I agree with both of you. I honestly do. I think Luffy will team up with Kid for sure, and definitely Law to defeat Kaido. But I think ultimately it will come down to a 1-on-1 with Luffy and Kaido.
That's exactly what happened with Doflamingo, Brian.
I know, but like here's the thing. Like Kaido has the they already said like when it's 1-on-1 bet on Kaido. So Kaido has to be taken down by a single individual.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Okay, next caller. You're on the One Piece podcast. What is your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is Oz, and dreams come true.
I thought it was pronounced Oars. That's an oak joke.
It's got you there.
I was saying, like, is that both your name and where you're from?
It's classified. I mean, I got classified information. I'm telling you where I'm from. I'm from the U.S.
The U.S. Okay.
I must say,
No, we're in
Oz, you're my
California.
Hey.
California.
Can I really rep California? I'm not even originally from here. So.
I'm repping California, and I just moved here a year and a half ago. So come on.
Yeah, you kids.
This Roger.
Why did you move to California?
I was born here.
Yeah, you've got all the Californians on today. What's your question?
So I'm gonna make it short and simple here.
Sure.
I know I don't know if you guys would have any information on this, but I'm dying to know. Like, is it dumb to assume, or are we getting film gold in the U.S.? That's the question. Do you think there's any chance?
Yes.
Well, you know what happens when you assume.
No, what
I know.
happens?
I don't. Hey, I don't want to make an ass out of you or me. So let's be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like in theaters, right? Like
Yeah, like a limited release. Like
oh, I thought you meant like just getting released on DVD. I was going to be like, absolutely, it's going to come out here. In theaters, that'd be amazing. I would love that.
I think there's a pretty good possibility. It seems like Funimation is really ramping up their theatrical releases lately. But, well, I don't know.
I don't know. I'd bet on it. No,
I think it's
a stupid pun. No.
There has to be an agreement between both parties, Funimation and Toei. But if stuff like, like Psycho-Pass could get like a film release in limited theaters, why can't One Piece?
Well, I mean, it is Toei. I mean,
I think it comes down to Toei because Funimation would gladly do it.
I'm sure Funimation's trying. Yeah, it's all like working out between all the different parties, and it's always a tough thing. I mean, and we know like some of the openings didn't even come out here, and so like little things could snag things up. I'm really hoping that it does.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to pay the music rights to Glim Spanky, so
can never get enough Glim Spanky. So weird sounding.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah, we are too. We are too. Thank you for calling in.
No problem, man.
Okay, we have more calls coming in here. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Andrew calling in from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's your question or comment or theory?
Yeah, I had a question for you guys. What do you guys currently think is the strongest devil fruit in the One Piece world right now?
I think it's Kaido's zone.
Well, we don't even know what that is, right?
I know, we know. But we know that Kaido is the strongest creature alive. And I've really liked that theory that you guys brought up on the podcast before and that Sawyer7Mage did a video on where at some point maybe Kaido's devil fruit will be stolen by Blackbeard. And so we'll have like the strongest Paramecia, the strongest Logia, and the strongest Zone. And I don't know, with everybody hyping up Kaido and people saying Kaido is the strongest man alive, like I'm feeling it's Kaido's Zone devil fruit. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I've been saying Blackbeard probably has a Zoa, will get a Zoa for a long time, simply so he has all three. My money's on Blackbeard. I just love the implications of. I mean, originally we thought it was gravity, but now Fujitora kind of showed up and fucked up that whole theory. But yeah, to me, Blackbeard represents like infinite space and darkness and everything that's like what mankind fears. Even if he doesn't get you on a power level, he can probably fuck you up psychologically.
I'm gonna find it hilarious if it turns out Kaido does not have his own fruit. He has the I can't die fruit.
I thought everyone in One Piece has that.
God, end this pain. Somebody, anybody.
My cop-out answer would be Luffy, just because we know he's going to win at the end of the day here. I mean, Law's fruit is kind of like overpowerful, like it does all this different kind of stuff. It makes people immortal. I still really like Law's devil fruit. I think it's cool and quirky.
I still kind of don't get what it is.
He has a laboratory in which he could do anything he wants, basically.
Yeah, operation.
Yeah,
that sounds like such a fanfic character. My character just has his own room, and he could do whatever he wants in his room, and no one can tell him. And then he flips you off.
Bleach did it,
and no homers allowed.
No.
Joey, what was yours?
I don't know. This is one of those things where it's like some devil fruits would be advantageous in certain circumstances that others wouldn't be. So it's kind of hard to rank what's the strongest, in my opinion.
Okay. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. I really enjoy you guys' stuff.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you listening.
Yeah, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
You too. You are on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, my name is Ashawn. I am from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, hi. Brooklyn.
Hey.
Hey there. Hi there. That's how I actually be able to speak to you guys.
Yeah, sure. What's your question?
I actually had two questions, if it's okay.
Go for it.
My first question is, if no one has asked it yet, seeing as Kaido is supposedly this unbeatable guy, and he's also pretty heavily of a drunk, What do you guys think of the fact of him being beaten by drinking too much and pretty much giving himself alcohol poisoning? And
I think if he could give himself alcohol poisoning, he would have done so already.
Yeah. Not only that, but
that's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, but Nami was also the one to be able to beat him by out drinking him.
Oh, that's awesome.
When it comes to alcoholism, always bet on Kaido.
I'm just imagining like a PSA at the end of that anime episode where
don't drink.
Like, 1 in 3 families on the Grand Line suffer from alcoholism. If your family suffers from alcoholism, call up this number. There's always help.
Zoro's
remember,
pictures up there
don't fill in dry.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine them trying to do an intervention for Kaido? He would just not have it.
No, he'd punch them all.
Now
kill
I'm
them.
thinking about if this were being brought over to America in the time where things were being, the sort of 4 Kids era where things are changed a lot, and it was like, oh, he has a magical potion that he drinks that makes him act funny or something like that. Super punch.
Kaido, what's wrong with the apples in your apple juice?
What was great is I thought we were going to be getting the same question, like, how are we going to be Kaido? And then it just took that dark, dark turn. I love it. What was the second question?
My second question is kind of not One Piece related, so I hope it's okay. I can ask it.
Go for it.
You guys ever heard of an online series called Ruby? If not, would you ever be interested in watching it, or have any of you seen it all?
I've heard of it and I've not seen it, but I am curious about it.
Oh, is that RWBY, that one?
Yeah.
Our editor Jammer is a huge fan. I have not seen it yet.
I've not.
Roger, yeah.
Jammer has good taste.
Yeah, no, one of my really good friends out here in California, Cortoon, she's like an awesome cosplayer, and she does a really good cosplay of Yang. So if you haven't seen her, go look her up. She's Cortoon on Twitter. She is awesome. So
okay, yeah, I'll definitely look her up. All right, thanks for answering my question, guys.
All right, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, Zach, how long have you been together with your fiance?
It's been 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. I assume that's what he was wishing me, even though it's many months late.
It might have been the podcast
OPP
anniversary.
7 years.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
Maybe that's what it is.
You silly Billies.
I don't know. It can't be though. Just because it's this month in like a week or two.
Hashtag Zach's anniversary.
No, that is not a hashtag. It's OPP 7 years is the hashtag. Okay, Steve. We have a second here. Let's try and read the Reddit question.
Mayo Fanboy on Reddit asks, which characters in One Piece would make the best podcast and what would it be about?
Apu. That would be about music, yeah.
Music for sure, yeah.
I see him as more of a DJ than a podcast host.
I guess there's an overlap there.
I could see Robin hosting a podcast.
I'd want to see. Oh, I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Well, just like it'd be a very, very quiet, soft-spoken.
Usopp would be good for that too.
I was going to say when you said Robin hosting a podcast and she sounds like she's on NPR, I'd love to see one with Robin, Drake, and Jack, and they'd be talking about like archaeology and like fossils and all that cool stuff. That'd be neat.
Yeah,
I'd listen to that.
I'm sure Jack would have so many things to say. Unfortunately, close-ups on his eye aren't audible. So
I was just trying to think of who likes to talk, and imagine like a Caesar Clown podcast.
We have a call coming in, but let's all ponder that. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
California.
All right, California. What's your name, if you're okay saying it?
Krista.
Okay, hi, Krista. What's your question?
My question is, since it seems like I think some people have been theorizing that the Vinsmokes are probably going to be the main villains for the next arc, especially given the Lola lookalike in the last chapter. I was just wondering if you had any theories about, any special abilities they might have, or whether or not they're devil fruit users, or if they have hockey or some other sort of special thing.
Besides perversion powers, which I assume they all have.
How great would it be if they're all just a bunch of pervs?
Yeah, that would be fantastic, Roger.
That's fairly likely.
Even the women.
Yeah.
That would be the best.
That's a good question. They clearly are powerful if there's propaganda against them from the world government.
Well, like based on the last chapter's discussion, you've guys seen Giant Robo, right?
I have now.
Okay, yeah. So there's a group called the Big Fire, and it's kind of like the old kind of adage of like Japanese villain organizations. They usually wear hoods or capes or whatever. If they're anything like that, they're probably just going to be like suit wearing organization. Like my cats are running around, like mafia badasses, where
like
they just have
Black
like a lot
Ghost or whatever that is.
Yeah,
from
like
Cyborg
Black
Series
Ghost from
09.
Cyborg Series 09. Yeah, totally like that.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, I kind of have a hard time. When I think about them, I'm kind of imagining CP9, you know? Like these sort of like cool dark suit people that have like expert killing techniques, but they've got to have something that separates them from that.
No, they're just CP9, but with weird eyebrows. That's it. It's exactly that. Hope that answers your question. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I guess we can move on to the second Reddit question, provided that another phone call doesn't come in. I'm just like taking a breather because you don't even understand. During that entire time, we had been getting phone call after phone call after phone call for the first 30 minutes of this. So it's nice to have a little reprieve here. So yeah, Steve, do you have another question from Reddit?
We do, and this one's from Richard D. Nixon. He asked, "Hey guys, I know Ed used to read Doflamingo in the War Saga recaps as a flamboyant / stuffy sounding goofball. If he is on this episode, can he read his speech in chapter 801 in that voice? Please, that would make my day." I totally did not read through that question before. Ed is not on this, but 801, we go back and reread 801 chapter. I don't know. You would have to contact Ed directly. Maybe, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Why don't you contact Ed at his agent's phone number? No, it's been a while since he's done that. Done that voice. That was a Michael Bloomberg impression that Jon Stewart did, and it was an impression of that, as I recall.
Gotcha.
It's on Monday there's terrorism, and on Tuesday we go shopping. That was the thing that he did, because Michael Bloomberg apparently got this very weird, Semitically flamboyant voice. Anyway, is there another question on Reddit?
No, that's it for Reddit. We can move on over to
the phone call. Yes, thank you, Steve. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from? Do you have a name and do you know where you're calling in from? I guess neither exists for this person. Please call back if you hear us.
Hi. Welcome to the team where Zach is a dick to anyone that doesn't respond within the first 5 seconds.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. No,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
There they go.
I wanted to take it off a speakerphone so it wasn't like going back to you, giving you guys feedback to your own voices.
No,
See,
we don't hear
Zach,
us.
he's thinking about the team.
Okay. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
I'm Super Dubes on Reddit, but my name's Chris, and I'm calling in from Louisiana.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Nice.
Pretty good. I didn't expect to get in. I was calling Skype over and over until I saw the tweet saying not to.
Yeah.
And the Skype ringtone, like the boop, 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 started sounding like an angry girlfriend yelling at me not to call before I saw the tweet. It just kept on getting louder and more distorted.
Yep.
I've all been there. You come home and you just hear that nagging boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Now, Homer, don't you eat this pie.
He's dating Helper.
So, Mr. Dubes, what is your question?
My question actually goes towards Roger.
Oh.
And I was wondering how do you stay so positive every time you're in a video or like on this podcast?
I also have that question.
That's
It's the cocaine.
I imagine like whenever he's not being recorded, he has to be like a tiny ball of like self-awareness in a corner somewhere.
No, funny you mentioned the cocaine, because Ricky Cocaine is my co-host on Japan Time, and that would be a logical conclusion if you didn't know me. But no, it's not. I don't know. I've always been a pretty positive person. I've always been a pretty upbeat person. And One Piece excites me. So whenever I'm talking about One Piece, I just get excited and I'm happy. And I like talking with people. So I don't know. I'm outgoing. I'm friendly. I'm a nice guy. I don't know. I there's no real secret to it. I guess
Modest.
it's just See, and even now, like, Steve is making fun of me, and yet I'm still happy. So I don't know.
I can't imagine why with Steve making fun of you.
He cries himself to sleep every night.
Why was Jack a jobber? Oh, Jack.
To be fair, Roger is exactly like this when we're off the air as well, because we've been recording our other podcast with Brian, and he's just as energetic when we're not recording as when we are recording. So you're getting unadulterated Roger, I think is fair to say.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. A lot of people that have that kind of energy when they're like either podcasting or on camera, it just feels fake, but it feels just natural coming out of Roger. The pure enthusiasm that he emits whenever he talks about things.
We're psychoanalyzing you today, Roger.
I love this. It's like a little Roger love fest. I'm digging this. Could you call in more often, please?
No, if you want, I could get real creepy and say that you guys are part of a recurring dream that I've been having recently.
Please continue.
Please I'm so sorry.
I like the psychoanalyzing.
We need to get
no,
Freud.
actually, it's a recurring nightmare.
Oh,
that's more like it.
Yeah,
All right.
that makes more sense.
No, it's because whenever I was growing up, one of my childhood dreams was always to do voice acting stuff. And I was watching your OPP Dallas stuff, like where you went to Funimation.
We did.
And in my dream, I was in the Funimation studios because they were for some reason jumping ahead to Dressrosa to do casting for Pika. And I was doing a Pika voice.
Come on,
and
let's
then
hear
as soon as it came out, everyone came out and made fun of me. I was like, ha, that sounds stupid.
You can't leave us on that.
Let's make this nightmare a reality here. Come on.
You suck. Why are you even trying?
Come on, give us your best Pika. Yeah, I dig it.
That's as good as you could make Pika, I think.
It's about, yeah.
Yeah,
you have a lot to live up to. I mean, Zach was the man that said we need to offer him.
Zach's Pika would probably be Pika, 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 la, la, la.
No,
I don't sound like that.
Okay, guys. We all love Roger. We all hate on me. Is this how this works? Okay, I'm gonna hang up. No, thank you for calling it. No, he's getting back.
Take my call, guys.
He's getting back to me because of all that making fun of him not answering the phone. That's what it is.
Nice.
No, thank you, Super Dubes.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. We have another call, but I can't answer it. It's Skype. It's Skype's fault. Whoever this is. Yeah. You want to go to Twitter? You want to?
Not my fault. They said they fixed it.
I trusted them.
I trusted those bastards.
Okay.
Can you do the the thing that Ed does before the Twitter segment?
Oh, you mean the little thing where he goes, "Peace the tweet." Yeah.
I think that was it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. This one, and even if we don't get a chance to answer right away, we could think on this. Frankie D. Brook writes, "Can you please list your top 5 OP guys in order of hotness, mostly for the ladies, but you could all answer if this pleases you." Well, considering we have approximately 0 ladies on the show,
we're all
today,
men.
I think it's only appropriate that we reveal our One Piece man crushes.
Yes.
Nice.
We don't have to necessarily come up with a top 5. They'll take too long.
Law's number 1 for me. That's my answer right there. Law's number 1.
So you're into the jeans eyeshadow kind of thing.
Well, when I saw that Femme Law figure, I was like, Lord Almighty. And then I was like, dude, if I was gay, I would want to marry Law. Like, guaranteed. In fact, I would. I would still gay marry Law, I feel like.
I think male Law has a lot more going for him than female Law. She just represents just.
Yes. I want to hear.
It.
Go ahead.
She just represents just cheap marketing, and she's got no soul.
Jesus.
Okay. Who's hot?
You can make the Sabo and Ace joke because they're both.
Man,
funny.
you know what? That Polly is quite the looker.
I figured you were gonna go for Polly. I knew it.
We have another call coming in.
He's one of the handsy ones. I'll say that.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
I'm Drew from Ohio.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Very good.
Good. What's your question for us?
I was first. Steve Yurko is one of the best guys on your cast.
Too bad he couldn't be here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Zach's pretty close.
Thank you.
But he's a way distant second. I mean,
This
like,
episode-
way distant.
I was like a 10, and Zach was like a 6.
What do you guys think about the upcoming war that might come?
Which one?
The one between Zach and I?
It's gonna happen, Steve.
Yeah.
Roger, I feel like it's probably is more at the tip of your tongue than mine.
About the war? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for that. I think like we're not going to see it for a while. I feel like that's going to be the final arc. Do any of you guys disagree with me? Like that's going to be the final arc of the series is the Throne War.
Yeah, but pretty much Kaido's already said that he wants to start it. So even the implications of Wano, whenever that goes down, that will start the flames of war. I would
Agreed.
say.
Yeah. All I know is that I want Eneru to come back for it. That's what I want.
I think he will.
I hope so.
We'll definitely see Eneru before the series is over. I'd be shocked if we didn't. I just want to see it now. Now. No, yeah.
All I know is girls better fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Better see some women fight. Or
Is that a new hashtag you're starting here, Steve?
I don't want to see Robin go. I don't want to see Robin go. Oh wait, no, I have to go protect Rebecca because I'm a lady. Bye. You know. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I could just remember how angry we were. Just I was like, oh my god, Robin's gonna fight Mr. Anime. Okay, no. Okay. Oh my god, she might fight Diamante. No. She's gonna fight Treble? No, she's just gonna protect Rebecca. Okay.
You okay there? Okay there, Steve.
I just got really sad.
Okay, I hope that answers it.
Yep.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. We have another call coming in. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is Tom, and I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm going to be going through those that neck of the woods soon.
Oh, okay.
It's coming for you.
Coming for you. No, what's your question?
All right. I'm calling in to bring up something that's pretty major about the races of One Piece. At least I think so. That I've not really heard you guys mention.
Go for it.
All right, and I got the chapter right here. In chapter 71, Arlong, of all people, says that fishmen are evolved humans that became able to breathe seawater. And I was just wondering if I can't help but think that might apply to the other races, maybe. And just wondering what you guys' thoughts on that were.
Well, I don't think Arlong has the most objective opinion there.
That's also where he's bragging about how great he is.
But it actually brings up something interesting because Arlong would be the last to admit he has anything to do with humans.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too.
I personally think on the 7th day, God created the fishmen.
What?
And then on the 8th day, he's like, "Fuck it, dwarves."
No, I got it. People with long arms.
No. People with long legs.
So I was waiting for the furry convention thing. It was like that the people who spent too much time at furry conventions eventually just started to grow fur, and they became the minkmen.
Yes. So the weeks in One Piece are really long, is what you're saying. He just kept going. That's the difference of One Piece and our world.
Well, you've seen how long a day lasts in this series.
Good point. A lot could happen.
Yeah, but to answer that seriously, I've always assumed, based on that line, I don't know how correct that translation is now, because I mean that was in the early days of the series translation. But I always assumed that back maybe during the Void Century, maybe there was just humans, and when people got separated by the islands, they kind of had to adapt to their situations. That's just me.
Sounds fair.
I think it just might be an awkward translation.
Also sounds fair.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for calling in.
All right, I'm down with OPP. Yeah, you know
Nice.
me.
Oh,
Later.
Later.
we do.
Man, he's bringing all the jams.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, I'm from Oregon.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, the West Coast.
What is the name or the name that you would like to be called? What is your name or the name you'd like to be called?
Just Nathan. That works.
Okay, cool. What's your question, Nathan?
That works.
Well,
That works.
I have a question about the. I have a question about the theory that Roger talks a lot about on his channel. It's also been floating around the community for a while. It's the one about the Yuki Yuki no Mi being on the Thousand Sunny and Nami's Tangerine Tree. After the events of Chapter 825, do you guys still think it's like actually possible? Like, has someone already eaten it, or will somebody eat it? And even further, like concerning the Yuki Yuki no Mi, what do you guys think about Monet being alive or not? Do you think she's dead, alive?
So Yuki Yuki's the snow, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have made more sense the chapter before the last one, because it seems like they're getting, they're going to get some food soon. And they already did get some food.
I honestly think if this was going to be a storyline, I think Oda would have hinted at it. It kind of seems like bad writing just to be like, it's like, what happened to you, Carrot? I just ate this really weird fruit on your tree that no one ever shown before. Because
I forgot that was the voice. I forgot that was the voice.
Yeah, I'm glad we're sticking with
Sorry, I've adapted that from Dude. I think knowing, like, with a lot of comics, you have to set something up before you could use it. And since we've never actually seen, like, a devil fruit grow on one of the tangerine trees, I'm not really buying it. I think it's a fun theory, but I don't think Carrot needs a devil fruit. She's already like she's a mink. She's a humanoid bunny. I think
And
that
she has the
itself is
electro
already
power
cool.
too. Yeah, she has the electro. See, the thing is, for me, I feel like I kind of agree with you, which is that they had the perfect setup, right? They were starving. They were on the ship and they were starving. They would have gone to the tangerine tree and eaten the devil fruit. I feel like that would have been the perfect opportunity, and the fact that they didn't do that leads me to believe that theory is probably not going to happen. But I still hold to the fact that I think Monet is dead. Like, she's absolutely, positively, sword through the heart, dead.
Nah, I don't think she's
No,
dead.
You've never seen One Piece, have you, Roger?
No,
Yeah,
I mean, like, the rule of thumb for One Piece is that if you don't see the body, they probably didn't die. But we see her fall over, bloodied, with the blanked out eyes and the heart bleeding. So I feel like, and the place blew up. So
Roger, I feel like we have to have a bet between us about whether Monet's alive.
I would stake bet you by the time that we first get together for like an Anime Expo panel, or like ASEN, I guess next year. Let's say ASEN next year.
Okay.
My bet is that Monet will not be in the story at all. Maybe her devil fruit might come up, but she is still dead.
No, not by this time next year. I don't think she's going to come back in the next year.
What's
I think
the
if
bet? I'll let you make it.
So you guys split on this then?
Yeah, I think that's the answer. A steak and a salad, Roger.
Let's just go to Fogo de Chao. We eat endless steak. That'll be it.
Yeah, there we go. Fogo de Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
We'll decide the timeline later, because I want to keep you. Yeah, so we have no idea is the answer to your question.
I'm gonna take Roger's side on this. I'd like to believe she's dead. It kind of proves that the new world's a lot harder place to live in than the paradise.
I want to agree with Roger, but it's just everything I know about One Piece tells me that that's not the case.
Just like Han Solo says, that's not how One Piece works.
That's not how any of this works.
I mean, like, so Ace's death is the first death in real time, right?
Correct.
That happens in the series, and
More
that's
major character, yes.
Has such a like colossal impact that having the next one be Monet is kind of like.
Well, we had Whitebeard also,
and Virgo.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Virgo died at the same time as Monet did.
Well, we don't know that.
I don't think both of them are like.
Yeah, if Monet's dead,
D-class
then
compared
Virgo's
to
dead
Ace
for
and
sure.
Whitebeard, like, I like both of those characters, but their importance in the series is just like way below Ace and Whitebeard's.
I personally think they're going to be in the next cover story, or one of the next cover story arcs, Virgo and Monet. I think that's more of my outlandish kind of theory there.
Yeah,
but
I think they'll all be thrown in jail with the rest of the Doflamingo family.
Also possible. I don't know. That's not what I want to happen. Don't get me wrong. I'd love them to be dead, but I don't know.
No, Monet's too hot.
Oh, okay, Brian.
But don't you guys know? Hey! Monet one time read a book that said astronomy on the cover. Do you think that Monet will be the astrologist of the crew?
Thank you,
Jesus.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in.
Face art confirmed.
Yeah, because I remember, because I remember the huge battle in the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like, oh, I don't know if we'll win this huge battle if only we had our astrologist.
To be fair, we have an archaeologist.
Takes out a telescope. It's like, oh, the stars are out tonight.
I mean, they do have a historian, so why can't they have an astrologist? You know,
that's true.
I think an astronomer makes more sense than an astrologist. But okay, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
They had astronomers in Harry Potter too. Like that's a thing that exists in some fantasy.
Oh, I see. Oh, then it's fine.
Well,
So
I mean, space is going to be important, probably.
Yeah.
Space is the place.
Space is the place. And Steve, you're reading Harry Potter soon, right?
Yeah, I'll get to it.
We have another call coming in. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, this is Polecap from Michigan. I'm the semi-truck driver guy.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, the semi-truck driver. Right. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Just at a truck stop right now, just chilling. I just had a couple questions for you guys.
Please.
Okay. Hey, well, I'm listening to like the first couple, first like 100 episodes, I think.
Wow.
And I'm listening to a very interesting character, this Fire Crouch guy.
Oh, yes. That guy, yes.
Yes. He's sounds very interesting. I'm just wondering, you guys are dogging on him for that first couple of, for the first season there. I'm just wondering, where'd the friendship end there? It's not because you guys don't have him on the show anymore, obviously.
Wait, Steve, do you want to say what he's actually doing?
I can just imagine, the big falling out, I can just imagine, like, the big deal there.
No, there wasn't a falling out.
Firecrutch recommended me to be on this podcast, and he gave us bagel time.
He gave us bagel time. I mean, when you get to that. I believe he is currently on a farm with goats or something along those lines.
Wait, really?
Oh, man.
I think seriously. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But I think the worst case scenario when you told me he's on a farm with goats.
Perfect.
Fire Crouch, we've always been magnanimous toward him. He's Fire Crouch. I mean, he's Fire Crouch.
He kind of knew what to expect. He knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is just so hardcore how you guys are dogging on him those first. Oh man, I was laughing so hard.
I don't want to go back and listen to it because I'm like, oh my god, we're bullies.
I remember I was listening that time too. It was hilarious.
We were real assholes, Steve.
Yeah. Good thing it came full circle because now we just dog on Zach. All the time.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that I can sleep now for that one. Okay, just two more. That's cool. Okay, what's your favorite merchandise that you got right now? Like, what's your one favorite thing? Personally, I have a sweet tapestry of the Alabasta crew line, and I haven't seen that anywhere else. But what's your guys' favorite One Piece merchandise that you own?
I have a Beppo pillow cover. That's probably my favorite. It's not like a Daimokuro weird pervy pillow cover. It's
sure.
It's like a soft polar bear fur pillow cover with Beppo's face, and then the back of it is like orange and has the Heart Pirate logo. So,
nice.
My favorite, hands down, has got to be the Strong World art book.
Yeah, that thing's great.
That book's great.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get that online. Yeah,
it was so affordable, and it's amazing. I love seeing I just love looking at Oda's pencils because Oda's not been known for his cleanliness after the last 10 years or so, and it's just really cool just seeing his pencils, how they still make a pretty concise drawing, but it's not perfect. I love his stuff, and it's so many animals. I love the way he draws animals. So
yeah,
Joey.
Well, I love that Strong World art book, of course, and the manga kind of goes without saying. But I guess once at a convention, a friend of mine bought an entire set of blind boxes, and we opened them up together, and she let me keep the 3 admirals. And I just really love those because, speaking of your noble profession, it's as close as I have to a Truck Yarrow figurine. So
nice.
I really, I think fondly on that.
Bryan?
Yeah, outside of my entire POP collection, I would say my favorite of that crop is actually the Strong Worlds, specifically everyone in the suits. And I'm really glad they did. Like the Frankie and Brooke in that set, they haven't done a better Frankie and Brooke since.
No, yeah. I remember the original Brooke is, it's a fine POP, but
it's decent. But the Strong World one's like the best Brooke.
The original
proportions are correct.
Yeah, the original Frankie POP leaves a lot to be desired.
For sure.
But yeah, that Strong World POP Frankie is tits.
Wait, help me out with the lingo here. What's POP again?
Portrait of Pirates.
Portrait of Pirates. They're like PVC models. They're like maybe about 6 inches tall. They've done like a shit ton of them.
Speaking of the Portrait of Pirates, my favorite Portrait of Pirates that I own is the one that Collecticon sent me of Nico Robin, the BB version or the BB collection, where it's
I
like
just picked that up a little while
Oh,
ago.
dude, it's amazing with the blue sweater and the bikini.
Oh, yeah.
It's sitting
I love
in my
that stuff.
bathroom right now on the sink. It's awesome.
Whoa,
Virtual high five.
No, it's cool. No, because it's like don't be gross, man. It's like it's a bathroom. It's where you take baths and whatever, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, nice and moist and clean.
Moist.
Moist. Oh.
I think the stuff that I got while I was in Japan was really cool. Not to be that guy. No, I got
Zach.
Yes, Steve.
You did buy me the Sanji cookbook.
I did buy you the Sanji cookbook while I was there.
Oh, what?
I also bought him, which I wish I got for myself because I'm curious what it smelled like. I bought him Sanji air fresheners for the car, which now, dude, I wish I got these for you. The Mugiwara store, the Mugiwara store has like car fresheners. With the different straw hats. So of course I got those for Steve, and I assumed his car smelled like cigarettes for weeks.
Nice. The Sanji cigarette air freshener, perfect. Yeah.
No, those. You had one more question, you said?
Yeah. And shout out, Roger, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dude, Roger, your videos are awesome, man. I'm seriously, I'm in love with your videos, dude. I watch them every week. So shout out to you. You're doing a good job out there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, man. You're rocking it. Okay, last question. All right, what is your second favorite anime series? Mine recently got replaced by that My Hero Academia. That shit is awesome.
Yeah, I just caught up with that. It's good. Roger, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's only a couple episodes out right now, but I mean that could definitely go pretty big. I can just see it. I think it's only out for like 13 episodes right now, though.
Yeah, it's going for 13. I mean, I started doing reviews on my channel because it seems like there's a lot of overlap between like One Piece and Boku, and I really enjoy it, but I don't think anything's ever going to take that slot of number 2 away from Big O. Big O is my all-time favorite anime series after One Piece. I'm not even a huge like mech fan. I just love like the music of Big O. I love the English dub cast, which is something that I rarely say, but I love the English dub with Steve Bloom. I don't know. There's something about Big O that really speaks to me. So yeah, I should do a video on Big O. Honestly, I don't know why I haven't done that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
I don't think I've heard of that. Yeah.
It was big in the, I guess, early aughts or I guess late 90s.
Yeah, sure. Well, for the United States is the whole reason why that show got a second season in the first place.
Yeah, Adult Swim picked up the second season.
I was obsessed with it when it came out.
Because because Cartoon Network was like, we love it, and Japan was like, really? we kind of canceled it. You want more? All right. For me, I kind of like, I was going to say Dragon Ball, but I don't know. Like now I don't even think One Piece and Dragon Ball are my favorite anime series overall. That's a tough call. I think like One Piece for sure is my favorite like manga, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I could say that even. I like just because I got like really into Urasawa and he does some amazing manga. Or he puts together some amazing manga. I mean, One Piece is just, I think, the most amazing journey I know that sounds kind of cop-out-ish, but I don't know about manga.
I wouldn't say it's my overall favorite, but man, do I love Yu Yu Hakusho. And
I'm watching that right now, like 10 minutes ago. I'm just watching that. I was putting off the last 10 episodes, but I'm finishing it up. It took me like 3 years to finish up those last 10 episodes.
Yeah, the last arc isn't the best.
No.
But that's a series I haven't even really read the manga for, but man, do I love that anime. Man, do I love that English dub. That's a show I gotta give a lot of props to because I don't think enough people do. So
one of you guys has a really good Kubaro impression, don't you?
You're Messi.
right. Oh my god.
My skirts are just getting longer for you, Yukina.
That's
wow. Today has just been a very odd day. Anyway, thanks for calling in. Oh, unless Brian and Joey, I want to hear your answers. Actually,
if I had to do anime, it would probably be either Giant Robo or Giant Robot and our Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's a solid series.
Good choices. Good choices.
Mm-hmm.
Joey.
Well, Dragon Ball has like Steve was saying, Dragon Ball is really important, has a lot of sentimentality to me, but like, it's not really my favorite. It's more of sort of my love of that is the manga side now these days. But
it's too much filler.
My favorite, my favorite anime TV series of all time is actually a series that Miyazaki directed in the 70s called Future Boy Conan. And it's incredibly good, and I hate to be this guy, but it is not yet licensed, but it's an amazing series, and if the freaking people that own the rights to that will ever let it come out with officially with English subtitles, that would be a great day for all. It's a really incredible series.
I've heard of that series, but I've only seen like images from it. It's really hard to come by.
Yeah, like at the early days of Steven Universe, Rebecca Sugar was name dropping it a lot in her interviews and stuff, and I was really happy to see it get some sort of
probably how I heard about it. Yeah,
but yeah, Future Boy Conan, so good.
Thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks. Hey, see you guys. Keep making magic. Peace.
Enjoy the road. Okay, so we were doing Piece the Tweet. Is that what we were doing, Steve? Oh, wait, no. We weren't, because we have another call.
Damn it.
Woo! You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, my name's Eli Lamb, and I'm from Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming.
Nice. I am jealous.
There's a Yellowstone in Wyoming?
Yeah, no, it's mostly in Wyoming, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's in Wyoming and Yellowstone, or Wyoming and Montana.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. So, yeah, what's your question?
So, a lot of people have been talking about Gear 5 and whatnot from Luffy, and I was thinking, due to the conversation he had with Doflamingo and learning about Awakening in Dressrosa, maybe fighting Kaido, he won't actually get to Gear 5. He'll just awaken his devil fruit. Do you think that's a possible power-up for him?
What do you guys think?
Could we repeat the question? Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of people have been talking about like during the time skip, Luffy might have developed Gear 4 and Gear 5. So there's a lot of theories about Gear 5. But I was thinking maybe Gear 5 wouldn't be revealed right away, and instead that he would awaken his devil fruit while fighting Kaido, and that would be his power up during the Yonko War.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if awakening the devil fruit is kind of like part of Gear 5. But
yeah, that makes sense.
I have a feeling that Oda, from like what we were discussing, at least with Greg, I think, is that when he comes up with a cool design, that's when he's going to decide, okay, time for the next gear.
Yeah, new gear, right?
Yeah.
I kind of agree, though. I think Gear 5 is probably going to be tied in with Awakening. So
yeah, I could see that. He might have. I mean, Oda might have already planned that when he like said, "And here is Awakening." Then and Flamingo brought that up. I'm excited to see it. I think we have a little while still, probably before we see it. Probably around Kaido.
Yeah, it's possible to know, but sometimes it just feels like he throws things out there and is like, and I'll figure out what to do with this later. And like that's what kind of Awakening was kind of like giving him a whole new sandbox full of toys that he maybe doesn't quite have like exact plans for yet, but like now he can take things even further.
Well, we can discuss real quick. What would Luffy's awakening be? Basically turn everything into a bounce house?
I like it.
Yeah.
That would be what it is. Or like a giant tire.
And then light on fire, and then you can never put it out.
Oh no. So smelly.
I know a lot of people have discussed like overdrive gear, kind of like how when you have overdrive in a car, then maybe that would be his awakening, that like all of his different gear forms would just be like super duper heightened, that he could just switch between them without any sort of repercussions.
I knew he should have gotten the turbo.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine like a Gear 4 with like a giant fist or whatever? Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for calling in.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's windy out there in Yellowstone.
So we were talking about what male characters we think are
No,
handsome.
we have another call coming in.
Think about it.
What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Zach, and from Memphis, Tennessee.
We only have one Zach. We only have room for one Zach here. No, anyway, what's
Yeah,
your
you're right.
question?
Let's pick Zach Logan out of this.
Oh, damn it. What's your question?
All right. My question is if anyone has a theory about how Blackbeard is able to have two devil fruit powers at the same time.
It's got to have something to do with the dark fruit.
I don't think so.
Really?
Wow.
I think it has something to do with his D, not his dick.
No, the D, the initial.
Yeah, I think the D, the initial.
Teaches penis.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've been kind of getting really into this idea that he's not really a D. That's
I don't think so either.
A fake title that he's given himself. But like, I used to think it was the dark fruit as well. But then there's all that stuff that people love to bring up about people saying something's weird with his body.
Yeah. What character mentions that the first time? Is it Marco?
I think it's Marco.
Yeah. So I think maybe it has something to do with like his weird body structure, but I really like that theory I saw that, you know how Blackbeard's always wearing those rings around his finger? And we know that you can give devil fruit powers to objects. And so I saw someone write up a theory where basically like when he went underneath that blanket during Marineford and he took Whitebeard's devil fruit, that he actually infused Whitebeard's fruit inside of one of his rings. And that the only fruit he actually like has is the what's it called? The dark fruit that he stole from Teach.
Yeah.
You guys really
Mandarin.
Thatch, one of the most popular characters ever.
What did I say? Teach? His
You
name
call him
is
Teach, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's so many things to like about him.
I that's an interesting theory I've not heard. A buddy of mine actually has a theory that the unusual body comment is more like an unbirth conjoined twin, like from Venture Brothers or
Jesus
Quattro
Christ.
from Total Recall.
Yeah, that's what it is, Brian. Now I have that in my head.
And he gave that
Come on, Marshall. We're the Teach brothers. Or actually, well, his first name would actually be Teach. That's the kind of thing you have to think about, though. Is freaking like Teach's like Blackbeard's actual last name is Marshall, and Whitebeard's actual last name is Edward.
This also reminds me of the South Park episode with the nurse with the fetus on her head.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
It's exactly what I imagine Blackbeard actually looking like. Anyway, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. A lot of good theories right there. Because I haven't seen anyone mention anything about it, so having some of those come out is good.
Yeah, no, it's a legitimately good question. Thank you for calling in.
No problem.
Okay, Steve, I think we could go to
Who's
your question.
San Juan Wolf is all man, so much man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Joey had that one in his holster this whole time.
Smoker's a good-looking cat.
Oh, we have another call coming in.
I was gonna buttress that.
I love this in-between conversation.
I don't know, but dating a smoker?
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name? What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, this is Wes. I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Yep.
What's your question?
My question is more of a thought. In the One Piece world, what would you think they get their powers besides eating devil fruits?
You mean like the CP9 ability?
No, it's more like they get devil fruit powers, but not eating fruit. They get it another way. What do you think they will get it?
This is a hypothetical question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe like Jabra just like was raised by wolves like Mowgli, and then eventually just became a wolf.
There's this little area in Kano country where if you fall into the different ponds, you get different powers.
Oh, like can you turn into a girl?
Mm-hmm. There's one of those.
Like Ranma? I don't know. That's a cool question. Maybe, yeah, Smoke. I mean, we were just talking about Smoker. Maybe Smoker just smoked too much. And he got really high one day, and then he realized that he could turn his
like
body
flaming
into
carrot.
You are what you smoke, you know what they say.
So that means Kizaru just was one of those kids who just looked at the sun, stared at the sun. Thank you. You knew exactly where I was going.
Do any of you guys watch H3 Productions on YouTube? I was just thinking that like Smoker was a member of the Vape Nation, and he's just like, and he becomes Smoke.
So they're definitely the antithesis to the Vin Smokes.
Yeah.
That's clear. Hope that answered your question.
It did. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling in. We have another call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, this is Jill.
Never heard of you.
Think you know me.
Yeah, who is this person?
Not familiar.
No.
Certainly not from California.
No, definitely not.
No. What's your question, Jill?
If that is your real name.
Surprise, it's really not. It's Jillian. So last week you guys wanted someone to ask about what the World of Warcraft names would be for the URLs, but I would actually rather hear you guys think what the Straw Hat's OkCupid profile URLs would be.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh man.
Good question.
Three swords, baby.
Sanji's would be I'll take anything.
That's about average on OkCupid.
I'm gonna say Nami's is only millionaires.
Yeah.
Only billionaires. Where you
Only
like
billionaires, yeah.
Let's set the standard straight here.
Choppers is must hate venison.
Frankie's is no pants required.
I like that. That's a good one.
No pants required.
Who are we missing here?
Oh, Luffy is I'll love you long time.
Usopp is
no.
Usopp is ladies
God.
man 8,000.
Or actually, alternate one for Usopp would be this nose just ain't for smelling.
Wow.
Oh.
Yep.
You made Jill O, so you know it's bad.
No, I don't. Was I talking to you guys before when we were trying to find fan fiction of that, or was it someone else?
That was not me. That was not me, Jill.
I don't think you need fan fiction for that.
Just need your imagination.
Or the internet. It happens.
No, don't search that, guys. Everyone listening, do not search that. Any other? Did we miss anyone, or is that everyone? Probably missing someone.
We didn't do Robin or Brooke.
Robin.
Oh, come on, Brooke's easy.
Brooke is. I mean, do we even need to say it?
Want to bone?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah.
And then it would be skull joke in parentheses. Just to ruin it. I mean, obviously. Who are we missing?
Robin.
Robin.
It would have to have something to do with her like multiplying body parts. I just don't know. It would be
Handsy.
All hands. All hands on deck.
All hands, something like that.
Oh, that's good.
What the fuck? Stomp fetish dudes.
Okay, Jill. Nice having you on. We'll hear you when you host the podcast later. I'm sure that'll
Oh, yeah,
be
Everyone's
just as
really
PG.
excited about that, I can tell.
You know who's really excited about that? The dude.
Oh, it's the dude.
Oh, I know. Oh, God, can't wait.
You should have him on.
Come on, guys, drunk cast.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Thank you, Jill.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. We have another call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Oh my God. My name is Danny and I'm from New York.
Hey, Danny. How's it going?
Hey, Danny.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe I actually, answered.
Please, this is the place. Go crazy. What's your question?
Hi. I just want to say, I listen to you guys on iTunes and I'm a really big fan and I just love you guys and I'm in a situation where none, all my friends either don't like One Piece or just not interested in all. So it's always nice to hear someone else's opinion on it, and it's really great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, that's why we started this, so we wouldn't bother other people about it.
Anyway, my question is like, have you got any one of you like ever gotten one of your random friends or whatever into One Piece and how'd you do it and like how'd you like justify like watch 800 episodes or like read like 1,000 chapters or you know what I'm saying?
I actually have a really good answer to this, but I feel like a lot of you guys are going to hate me for my answer.
Yes.
So my college roommate loved Naruto, but he never read One Piece, didn't want to give it a chance. And right at that time, we were going through the Fishman Island arc, and I said, read from Marineford through to where we are now, and then go back and reread everything else at your own pace. Because I knew that he was in that mentality of like, if there's not a lot of action, I'm not going to like be interested in it. And so having the action right off the bat with Marineford, he was like, oh man, this is awesome. I want to know more. And like, what's up with this character that's mentioned during Marineford? Like, who are these people? And then when he went back and he read the whole thing from chapter 1 and he like found out the stories behind like Whitebeard and he found out about all the different Straw Hats, then he ended up really loving the series. So I'd actually recommend, if you want to get your friends who are heavy anime nerds, but like really just want to see the action first, get them into it by showing them Marineford and then have them go back and read the rest at their own pace.
That's interesting.
That's a very different story than I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've contemplated doing that to people, but the whole Ace Whitebeard thing is such an important deal. I feel like I'd be robbing them half the experience by doing that. I would try like Innis Lobby is a great arc, and that's one where maybe you don't need as much attachment. They just like the action, but there's a lot of goofy stuff in there. I think that's what holds off a lot of quote unquote anime fans from One Piece. So it's a goofy, silly series.
Yeah, it's hard to like make someone get into something. I think in my case, every time I've had a friend suddenly get really into One Piece and kind of and then I kind of facilitate that by lending them books or whatever. It's like I talk about it all the time. I'm obviously a huge fan. They know that I love it, and they might even trust my opinion. But it kind of is up to them to like come to it, and then they know to come to me when they're ready. You know?
Yeah, because like One Piece is not easy. It's not like easy to get into because there's just so much of it. And I always felt like I always had an idea like maybe I should show them like one of the movies first, or preferably like either Strong World or Film Z to get them into it. Maybe they'll get more
different people, different techniques will work.
Yeah,
sure.
you got to know who you're delivering it to. You also don't want to be like, look, I'm never going to watch Doctor Who because people were bothering me so much about Doctor Who. You don't want to be like too overbearing about it. It doesn't mean I don't know if it's a bad series or not. It's just like that people are just so into it that it's like, okay, guys, take a step back. But at the same time, if you know your audience, I think Brian especially, you have those like big volume sets that you purposely have to give to friends to get into it.
I'm a pusher.
Yeah, it's good to be a pusher. You want to have it available for them, so have the volume so they could read it. Before I started the podcast, if you're a really long time listener, we had my friend Victor. We got into it from the beginning, and so what I did is I just sat with him and we watched the anime from the beginning, and he got into it eventually. It's not like it didn't happen all at once, but when you marathon something, even if you don't like something and you're watching it all the time, you're gonna get into it. It really depends the person, though. I agree with that.
I think Strong World is a pretty good like starter spot.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, when you take out of the equation like quote unquote spoilers or whatever, like about crew members and stuff, like I think that
you're probably going to know who all the crew is, no matter what.
Yeah,
when you
I think there's some things you just can't really like avoid, but like I think that as far as like something relatively short and self-contained, like Strong World's a good spot to start. I think. Yeah.
I'm for the beginning. I'm one of those people. I think Steve may agree on that.
I definitely say like, hey, Strong World's a good, like one sitting kind of. This will help you come to a decision. But yeah, I'm kind of one of those people that say start from the beginning.
Yeah. Plus, Strong World's a really good indication of everything that the series has to offer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, my technique is not telling them how long it is.
Well, One Piece is like infamous for that. So like it's kind of hard. You know, that's one thing that One Piece is known for, like being so long. So someone would have to like not know anything about anime at all to not know that One Piece is a super long ongoing series.
Yeah, that describes one of my friends.
Well, you could also say to them, look, it's like an anthology of different kinds of stories as well, because each arc is different in different places with different characters for the most part. So there's something that every single person will enjoy in One Piece, whether they know it or not. There's something in it for them.
Well, you'll get to them eventually.
Exactly. It's just when in the story it is. Yep. Or if it's even come yet, because I'm sure there's everything in it, and we're gonna have sci-fi at some point. Even like it's all gonna be there. We have ninjas already, so even the Naruto fans, as Roger mentioned, yeah. So thanks for calling in.
Thank you, no problem. Love you guys. I can't wait to hear this later on.
Yeah, thank you for calling in.
It's good.
So we were oh no, wait, we have another call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is Tariq. I'm calling in from Atlanta. First off, I wanted to say I'm a big fan of RogersBase. He's the reason I found out about One Piece podcast, and now I've become a big fan of y'all's. I have a quick theory. I don't think Brook will ever unlock Haki. I think that because yes, Haki is will, but I think his thing is he controls his soul. He can use his soul. So it's my theory that he's going to be able to use his soul in order to affect people who are like Logia abilities. Once he's gotten more mastery over it, he'll be able to use his soul itself against the Logia users and other Devil Fruit users rather than unlock Haki.
Like possess them. That's what you mean.
Yeah, he uses it's supposed to be like ice cold, the code of death or whatever, so he can use his soul as because it's death. He's dead already, and there's something that you can't really defend against. You can't defend against death. So since he's already dead, he's like death itself. He's going to be able to affect other Devil Fruit users.
I mean, he looks like the Grim Reaper with an afro.
He does,
so.
Yeah.
Basically, that is what he is.
Cool idea. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like my idea of possessing him possessing Sakazuki, like. Just like that ordeal happening.
That's definitely the next stage in Brooks' evolution.
Yeah.
My biggest reason for that is I think that I don't know where I heard this. It may have been on RogersBase's thing, but about something about maybe Brooks and Aokiji being might be related. So I thought, hey,
we do have a listener. Awesome. There we go. Yeah.
So it would be weird because it would be they both be cold. They both use different abilities for cold, but one would technically trump the other. Even though Aokiji is a Logia, Brook is death. Death over is stronger than cold, so he'd actually be able to affect Aokiji in my theory.
Well,
it'd be something colder than Aokiji.
Well, something you brought up, which I hadn't thought about as far as Haki's concerned. Brooks' potential manipulation of people and souls can rival like the Supreme King Haki. Like Luffy can knock people out by his will, but like you can imagine Brook can get to the point where he can use his music to just lay people out. I mean, he puts people to sleep.
Yeah, it's like
he uses his soul in his music. That's why it's so powerful.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Nothing's more powerful than music.
Last thing I wanted to say, because I'm pretty sure y'all have other callers who want to call in. Robin's the best. Can't wait till she unlocks Haki.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for calling in. And just as he said, we have another call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
I'm Blair, and I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you guys? I'm doing good.
Good. What's your question, comment, theory?
I just wanted to say that I love you guys, and thank you for all the hard work you guys do and putting out the podcast every week. So
thank you.
That's all my comment is.
That's sweet of you. A lot of that goes to Zach. He works really hard on this.
Yeah, we just dump everything on him.
Yeah, I just yell into a microphone and he has to deal with it.
So here you go, Zach. Put this on the internet.
Yell quieter, Joey. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening. I mean, we wouldn't be here without all you guys listening.
Well, that was it. I'm just so nervous I got in.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate it.
Alrighty. I gotta go to work now.
Good luck.
Oh, that sucks.
Bye.
Okay, so we were talking about the hunkiest hunks.
Oh yeah, kissing smokers like kissing an ashtray. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, second thought. Yeah.
Before you were so rudely interrupted by 6 people.
Because I already don't like that cigarette breath, but like cigars, that's like 20 cigarettes at once.
And he smokes 2 of them.
And his body is it.
Imagine Tashigi. She must have some bad secondhand smoke.
Oh, that sucks. Don't ruin my image.
Yeah, Frankie's a hunk.
Yeah, I like Frankie. That's my dude.
That's intimidating.
Well, I like Frankie's like if you're with Frankie, it's a show. He could protect you. It's all those things. It's just like, I feel safe and secure. And occasionally it's a crazy madhouse. I enjoy that.
He's gonna take care of me.
Yeah.
He's gonna build you bridges.
Hey, crazy's a fun time in the bed. I'll tell you that.
Wow. That sounds so painful. So painful.
Yeah, because his front's all metal.
Who else?
Yeah,
Come on.
and then
Come on, people.
Yeah, please let's move on from Frankie. That's all I'm asking. God, I don't know. When we have call-ins, we just get rated R or NC-17 pretty quick.
Well, the funny thing is, I talk about how I really like Bacharach's eyebrows. Does that mean I like Enaru's?
Well, I assumed you had a man crush on Enaru for many reasons. I mean,
Do you like Eminem? Because if you like Eminem, you like Enaru.
Oh, never mind. My dick just went soft.
About dem ears.
He does have those ears. I'm sure Carrot would guard chew the hell out of those. Just nibble on those.
That's probably true.
Come on, guys.
Sanji gets bonus points for cooking. Like
Sanji is husband material.
Sanji is definitely, yeah. If we played FMK, I think Sanji would probably get the M in there.
I would marry Sanji all the way.
Dude, make awesome food.
Yeah, that's really a way to a man's stomach. We all know. So that's it. Way to a man's heart, not a way to a man's stomach.
And stomach is the
yeah, that is true.
Food is the way to a man's stomach.
The goal of all people is to get to
the
a man's
esophagus
stomach.
really is the way to a man's stomach.
We have a call.
It's known as the love tunnel.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
This is Ron. My Reddit name, Prince of Assassins, and I'm from Metro Detroit.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice. Pretty good. Nice talking to you guys. Love the show.
Thank you. What's your question, comment, theory? One of those?
Yes. Okay, my question is, if One Piece was to be made into a movie by American companies, who would they cast? And this is going along the thing of Dragon Ball, Avatar, where they kind of don't really know the source material and they just pick like big name movie stars.
A bunch of white
how
people.
Would they make an off One Piece movie?
Shia LaBeouf.
Wait, what?
Sorry, we made a joke earlier, like Michael Bay's One Piece, and we'd had.
Yeah, like if M. Night Shyamalan or whatever. Okay, the question: how would M. Night Shyamalan cast?
What a sad question.
Well,
what would the twist be?
Well, I will say this, if M. Night wanted, well, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say M. Night, but most likely a Hollywood live action One Piece would be wider than Alaska in January.
Right. Scarlett Johansson
would
Scarlett Johansson would absolutely be Robin for sure. For sure.
Or Nami.
I was thinking Nami.
Nami, yeah.
Or Frankie. Anybody.
Toby Maguire, I think, would be Luffy.
Toby Maguire would be amazing.
I feel like Nami would go to like Kate Upton or something like that. Like, I think
Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire's got that Oda crying face down.
But M. Night Shyamalan has to be in his own movie, so he's Chopper, obviously.
M. Night Shyamalan
Chopper would be Bradley Cooper.
M. Night Shyamalan would cast like Indian actors though as like the badasses because he did that with Avatar. He had the Fire Nation of Indians. So like I think like every Marine is like Indian. Like you got Slumdog as Kobe. the only Indian actor I could think of.
Wow. Well, I guess it's more Hollywood's fault.
The guy from Daily Show could be in there too.
Aziz Ansari is Helmempa.
Asif Manvi, are you thinking of?
Aziz Ansari needs to be Kobe. Yo, Luffy, you just hit Helmeppo. That's dope. Hey, what? You want to be king of the pirates? No way.
There's only one
Hey,
person
guys.
that does a good
Yo,
impression.
guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I got an idea for Sanji.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Nice.
I was gonna say get Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi, yeah.
Hello,
Encourage
fellow
Steve Buscemi.
No, that's good casting, Steve.
Yeah, that's good, man.
All I could say is I don't think this talk happens as much anymore. I think it's because we've had a lot of shitty adaptations come out. But I don't like that question of, oh, if they did a One Piece live action, I'd say, don't do it. Yeah. One Piece is great because it's a cartoon, because it's a comic.
I could see it in like a DreamWorks kind of style or like a Pixar kind of style.
Totally before like seeing like a studio over here do like a CG full-length anime movie and kind of turn it into their own style. Like I know Anthony Holden years ago, like he did his own like interpretations of the Straw Hats. It was really cool.
Awesome.
I would love to see something like that. Like, hey, let's take One Piece, but let's change the style up a little bit. That's something I would welcome. But like the live action stuff, it's so stupid. I'm like all those years of saying, oh, they're gonna make a Cowboy Bebop movie with Keanu Reeves. Like the whole point of Cowboy Bebop being so good is because it's animation. As soon as you make live action, it's like anything else.
Well, part of the reason why they make it live action because it's a cheap cash grab. It's easier to film live action movies than animated movies by a long shot.
Yeah, more stars, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that too. You can see their faces.
It's like why Watchmen doesn't seem like anything special when they made it into a movie because it means so much more that it's a comic.
Right. Yeah, and that the director totally like
is a hack.
Missed.
I think that's
the point.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, thanks. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, so Hunks.
I think Rorschach's a hunk.
Rorschach.
He's got the.
I don't know. I feel bad for Night Owl. You know he.
Oh, how about this for One Piece Hunks? Corazon, Roshinante.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, he's got a good heart.
Yeah. Shut up, Zach.
I didn't catch that. I'm an idiot.
Best joke I made in years. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Lucci is pretty hunky. I gotta say. Lucci's a fine-looking Italian boy, I must say. Lucci looks Italian.
We have a call coming in. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, this is Toon Legion. I'm calling in from Dallas. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you.
Hey. Okay, yeah, I have a question. I asking about a One Piece movie. If they had done live action, what do you think it might be condensed, like something like that? What would they change?
It's amazing how many similar questions we're getting.
No, but they all come in a row. Is what's great.
Yeah, two in a row about a live action One Piece movie.
I wish my friend MC was here right now. He's literally talked to me, and I say talk to me about that very thing. Like he, in his headcanon, he wants to adapt One Piece into a live action movie and condense and change certain aspects so it'd be more applicable.
I think you'd have to do it as one arc, like a movie is an arc. And
That's fair.
It seems like the first movie would be forming the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
sure.
maybe even like kind of mixing it around so most of the crew joins before they even get to the Grand Line or something.
That's exactly what he suggested.
That's my headcanon too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'd even start like maybe after Usopp's joining, if around that time. So like you do Arlong officially.
Or you like start in the middle and they're all together already and you're like, what's going on? No, that's
I kind of feel like if it's modern day Hollywood, we would get the first movie with setting them up as a crew. We'd get the second movie, maybe like their main journey, like on the Grand Line. And then I think the last two movies, and I say two, I can still count. I know it's a trilogy, but I'm saying the third movie would be split in two parts.
Obviously.
And they'd release as part one and part two, and it would be like the Throne War. They'd make it like, or maybe the lead up to like Marineford. Maybe it would be like we'd have the joining of the crew, and you would move like Brooke and Frankie and like all of them joining.
Then you do Alabasta.
First movie, then you Then you do Alabasta or something like a big arc, and then the final movie would be like Marineford. Yeah.
Yeah.
A big question. Hey.
Another good suggestion is just don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Thanks for calling in.
Steve's live action. Steve's live action One Piece movie would just be 100 and whatever minutes of black screen.
Oh, you mean like the freaking Catcher in the Rye movie?
It would still cost $400 million.
I just looked up the Anthony Holden Straw Hats, and those look really, really cool. His Nami has like regular proportions, and like Zoro just looks awesome with the scar. Yeah, I would watch this movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Usopp straight looks like a Tengu.
Yes, I love those. They're gifts too, right? Like
he did actually recently reveal a Sanji he did, but I think that's the only other one he did.
Yeah, there's not a ton of them, but
yeah, he only did Zoro, Usopp, and Nami. And he just recently showed his Sanji.
We have another call coming in.
Nice.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, I'm Ben Wild from Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Hey, Steve. Oh, Ben Wild. I know you. You're the trivia lord.
Yes, I was.
Well, the Lord's been dethroned.
What's your question for us this week?
2 quick ones, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you think the poneglyph might be made by infusing hockey into stone? And do you think Kaido might be a master of drunken boxing?
I like that. I like that second one. Yeah.
I like the first theory too. I think that's interesting.
That's cool. That would explain like the sheen. That would explain like why they look that way. That'd be cool.
Charlie Sheen?
And
the sheen of the. I'm not even gonna argue.
That was a bad
joke. I know.
And perhaps if the way that like if you have the hockey of the Supreme King, you can maybe hear something from it or interpret something from it. Maybe that would be interesting.
Yeah, I guess those are easy questions. Yes, those both sound cool. Yeah, okay. I don't have anything else to add to that. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for a great podcast.
Thank you for the trivia.
Yeah, do it next year.
Okay, great. We'll be ready.
We'll be ready.
No, but maybe.
Excited?
I'll be excited and ready, yes. Okay, Hunks. If there are other piece the tweets, we could do those too, Steve.
Oh, Gaimon. That dude.
Okay, I think it's time to move on.
He's got a chest for days.
A treasure chest?
I don't get it.
No, you gotta be like,
okay, I got it.
Hey, nice chest.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, my eyes are up here.
Yeah, I know, I'm looking.
Which is basically the same direction. Yeah.
Especially for you, Steve. Imagine you and Gaimon as a couple.
I was just gonna say talking to each other, but I don't know who else is hunky. Come on, guys.
Wait, we have other questions, Steve.
We really don't. But I really like this one. All right, fine.
We could always go back to it, Steve. There's plenty of hunks.
Jordan Cox asked, "What instruments would the Straw Hats play if they were in a marching band?"
Let's go back to the hunks question.
Yeah, I know Jordan.
I'm kidding.
Luffy would be a trombone for sure.
I
Stretch
think
his arms out.
No, he'd be a cymbals. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, because a monkey. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, percussions.
Is Nami the conductor as the navigator, or the person in the front that like marches with the wand?
Maestro,
the twirly thingamajig,
the maestro.
The maestro.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Robin's on the harp.
I
think Frankie definitely on the tuba.
Zoro's the triangle.
I was thinking Frankie would be like percussion. He'd the sort of one-man band, all sorts of different drums and things coming out of his arms and stuff.
I'm just imagining Zoro with the triangle. I'm sorry, I can't get over that.
Chopper's just the like mascot, right?
Chopper could play the xylophone, I feel like. The xylophone would be good for Chopper.
How many of these things can you carry? I don't know. Who plays the bassoon?
Who doesn't? Usopp would play the bassoon.
But is he handsome?
I mean...
Handsome?
No.
I want to put Usopp on the saxophone.
Okay. Next one is from Skills. He wrote, if BuzzFeed existed in the One Piece world, what would some of their top 10 lists be? So think of the worst clickbait in the One Piece universe. If you could think of any.
All I have to do is look at my YouTube theory prediction titles, and I can tell you that right now. Hold on, let me put this up.
I'm glad Roger could be honest with himself.
I'm being dead serious. No, hold on. Let me look. You guys are gonna make fun of these.
One of them would probably be top 10 female breasts.
I got one right here. Okay. Hold on. Marco's location revealed? ? Exclamation point. Shanks and Nekamamushi's connection to Marco.
No, that's a toy title. Okay,
Yeah.
that's.
I'm
thinking of top 10 lists. Think of like just terrible click.
Or how about like Luffy
10
goes to Ennia's lobby and you won't believe what happened next.
That's it. Or
top 10 reasons why. Top 10 reasons why Kaido will lose.
Yeah, I think it's easier just to come up with articles like that in the top 10 list because I don't think of Nami stalked in the shower and threw her bark. Here's some pictures.
That's the TMZ.
Yeah.
Will this Tamate Bako box explode? Find out at 11. I don't know why those totally get
This is actually a real theory video that one of my friends made, but it's top 10 things the world government doesn't want you to know about.
Oh,
okay.
There we go. That's a good BuzzFeed.
Here's another great one.
Top 10 weirdest animals.
Here's another great one from Skills. If One Piece was a visible world in Kingdom Hearts, what arc would you want to be used? I say I would like if Sora fought CP9.
What was the question? You were laughing halfway through.
It's if One Piece was like a world in Kingdom Hearts, like all the other Disney movies. What would you want to be used? Like what arc? He said he want like Ennia's lobby. He wants to see Sora fight CP9.
We have a call coming in, so
I'd love to see Marineford because I'd love to see Sora get a I'd love to see Goofy get a punch through the chest by Akainu and then reenact the whole Donald and Mickey. They'll pay. They'll pay.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, my name's Vincent. I'm from Los Angeles.
Hey, another LAer. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Living the dream. Talking about Goofy being Portgas the Ace. That's what we're talking about.
All right.
I was thinking if Luffy fell down those pits and impel down, he'd do that like whoa.
What's your question?
All right, I'm coming on to talk about Zoro's left eye because I've heard a lot of stuff, people talking about how he's got some like demon Ashura power to do with like his eye being closed, but like really, like I just think he's cocky. I just think he's a cocky bastard closing his eyes. Like, hey, listen, like until I can get a true challenge, I could beat you with one eye closed.
I kind of agree with
that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I kind of prefer that.
Well,
I mean, because
honestly,
Naruto kind
like-
of soured the whole eye thing for me.
Honestly, like what I feel like what happened is like he was training with Mihawk and then somehow he got cut in the eye and Mihawk's like, hey, listen, dude, like you gotta like work on your observation hockey. Like I know you got some good armament hockey, but like until you get the observation hockey up, like keep that eye shut. Like
I'm pretty sure I've told my theory about what Zoro's eyes is doing. I think he's just, catching up on his sleep.
his sleep, yeah, he's half asleep the whole time.
I believe it. These are
he
all
was
good
pretty much
theories.
sleeping through that fight with Pika, honestly. He just shredded him to pieces.
Totally.
That's what made it
well,
so
the
bad.
thing is, like, he hasn't gotten a real challenge yet, and it's like, it's coming up soon. Like in Wano, he's definitely gonna, get humbled a bit. At least I hope.
And I'm hoping he gets that second Gatetsu sword in Wano as well.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope he gets a full set.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Thanks for calling in, though.
Oh, thank you.
We have another call.
Nice.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
What?
The One Piece podcast is the one you're on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm Anthony, and I'm from what city or state?
State is fine. It's whatever
California.
you. Okay.
We just need your social security number.
No, don't give us that. So once you get over your shock, what's your question?
What?
What's your question? Your comment? Your theory? Your One Piece related thing?
Roger, you're so cool.
Well, thank you.
Well, I'm just gonna hang up on
I didn't know.
No, I just want to say I'm a big fan of the One Piece podcast, and you, Roger, both. Oh my God.
But especially Roger.
This is not possible.
It
well,
is.
I will be at Anime Expo, so if you are going to Anime Expo and you live in California, come say hi.
I definitely am.
Awesome.
Sure.
And a bunch of the crew will be. I won't. Steve will be at Anime Expo.
I have one question.
Okay.
Right. It's very important.
Okay.
So you know how Sanji has that collection of dirty magazines?
Yes.
I love where this is
Who do you think would be his favorite Playboy model?
I know like
Kate
3
Upton.
of them. So
Considering I've read about 0 issues of Playboy. I don't know. The one with the big tits.
Kate Upton.
I'm going with Kate Upton too.
Was it Pamela Anderson back in the day? Maybe
That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it in Playboy?
Any,
Oh yeah, she was
interesting
definitely
One
in
Piece
Playboy.
theories
That's the only-
that interest
I don't
you
know.
guys at the moment.
Any theories
Any interesting theories that have come up
that we haven't talked about? Let's make this a
that we
challenge.
haven't?
How
Steve?
How bad this live action One Piece movie got?
Let's not talk about that anymore.
That's not a thing that's happening. Don't worry.
Wait, is that actually happening?
No,
I thought
no.
Yes.
No, don't listen to Steve.
Here,
Roger.
I'll ask you. Yeah, I'll ask a theory. This is a theory I actually want your answer to. All of you. Do you think at some point Zoro will fight Jack? Because if Luffy's going to take on Kaido and Jack is the right hand man of Kaido, wouldn't it make sense that Zoro would fight Jack at some point? And considering it's been kind of been hyped up and we know that Jack's alive and he's going to have to come back, I kind of feel like that might go down in Wano country.
How is he getting out of the water though?
They'll salvage him.
Yeah, Zoro. As long as it's not in water, I think Zoro would do fine, and I think that fight should happen.
Yeah,
because it's like right hand man versus right hand man.
I think we
who
talked
else is
about
Zoro
before
gonna
that
fight?
Zoro might take on the Shogun of Wano country.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I could see that happening
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I like that.
As far as people finding Jack, they just need a Viver card for him, so it's possible that like Kaido.
Stop it,
has that.
Joey. He's dead. He's gone forever.
Not that hard.
Thanks for calling in.
Wait.
Yes. Okay.
One thing I gotta say to Roger. Roger,
Yes.
I've been tweeting you on streaming with the robotics team.
Robotics team.
Yeah, we were gonna stream Mother 3, and I kept inviting you. You were like, "I'm not home."
What are you doing, Roger? Come on.
Oh, I gotta join a Mother 3 stream at some point then, man.
Yeah, join us over Skype.
All right, well, you link me, tweet me again, and if I'm
Yes,
home and I'm not recording a podcast and I'm not at work and I'm not recording,
Okay,
well, I already said
Sam, watch my Twitter. I'll hit you up when
Guys,
you're
please
ready.
don't bring your problems at home onto the podcast.
yeah. This is
So
for,
awkward.
yeah.
All right, well, tweet it my way then, man.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, guys.
We have another call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey,
Hello?
what's up?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Zach. This is John. I'm calling from the United States.
Specific. Thank you, John.
My question is, do you guys think that Drake is one of the 3 disasters?
Yes. 100%.
You do?
Yes, and
Yeah,
I also think
agree.
I also think the third calamity is also going to have an ancient zone. And I don't know what it'll be. Maybe it's a pterodactyl or a saber tooth or something, but I for sure think all 3 of the calamities have ancient zone fruits. Yes.
Okay. I'm glad y'all feel the same way. I've suggested that to other people and they've kind of turned that down and said, no, there's no way. He hasn't been around long enough, but I'm glad there's other people who feel that way. Awesome.
Thanks for calling in.
Well, what were the
All
third
right.
one?
Thanks, guys.
Well,
Maybe it'll be-
I agree with Roger. It's probably a pterodactyl. Because
Maybe
Oda
it'll
is a
be-
child at heart. He's like, what's the most awesome dinosaur?
Oh, a dinosaur that could fly. It'd be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Either
thought
that
we
or
already knew what
Triceratops.
Drake was.
Yeah, Triceratops.
Well, no, Drake is a T-Rex.
Right.
And then Jack is a mammoth.
Oh, Jack,
So
you're
we got-
talking about. Oh,
yeah.
we have one more.
Trying to think of something that's because you've got a dinosaur and then a creature
The
from
Loch
the Ice
Ness
Age.
Monster.
I kind of feel like a Sabretooth would be another really good choice, though. I really do. Because it's like a
from the Ice Age.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather, whatever the Jurassic Age,
sloth.
I guess is the than the Ice Age. We had a lot of calls coming in while those calls were going on, and then they just stopped because that's how they work.
Oh.
So, Steve, do you have anything else from Twitter?
Yeah.
This is why Steve always does this.
This one is from Nick on Twitter. He says, like last week, someone suggested that Sengoku was a fan of Sora. But what if Sora was based off of Sengoku?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hold that thought, because we have a call. You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hi, this is Danny Newman. I'm calling all the way from Iowa.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Nice.
Hey, doing good. How about yourselves?
Doing well.
All right. I've got to be quick because I'm calling from work and I've got like 2 or 3 minutes. All right. First off, I want to give a big shout out to Roger from RogersBase. Thanks to him. Thanks to watching his streaming of building the Sonny and Lord Submarine, I took the plunge and bought one of my own.
Oh, awesome. What did you build?
I'll be getting the 1000 Sonny hopefully by Friday.
Nice.
Along with a nice giant Gear Force Luffy from the S-Cultures line.
Ooh, clean.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to give a big shout out to all you guys. I absolutely love the podcast. Listen to it every week. Honestly, keep doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I do have one question, though, before I go. You guys plan on releasing any more T-shirts?
Yes. Those should be coming within the next month or two, hopefully, because we're... well, you'll see at the end of the month. There's going to be some cool stuff coming. We'll be hopefully having a lot more this year. So yeah, look forward to that.
Awesome, guys! Can't wait.
Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for staying up.
All right. Well, I better get back to work before I'm noticed. All right.
Go for it.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
We have another call coming in.
Nice.
You're on the One Piece podcast. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
Hey, my name is Hamid, and I'm calling from Berkeley, California.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your question?
All right. So I was just gonna ask, did anyone think that maybe Kaido is a representation for the Mongols? Because I heard that there's a guy that Kaido is actually named after one of them, after I think Genghis Khan's grandson, or something like that.
I have to look
and
that
I noticed that Kaido was like saying, "Oh, I want to start the greatest war" or something, and he just wants to engulf the whole world, the whole like One Piece world in war, just like what Genghis Khan kind of did with his. And yeah, so I was just thinking.
I could see that. Like they do favor each other, not just like the fact that they're like kind of Asian myths and stereotypes are, caricatures.
Yeah.
But like even his attitude, like the drinking and the fact that everyone's so afraid of him and he can't die.
Yeah.
That's another thing that was like Genghis Khan myth.
Yeah.
I think that.
I went to look up all the offspring of Genghis Khan, and I forgot that he has a lot. I think, what is it, like half of the world descended from Genghis Khan?
Half of the world has a percentage,
or a percentage of his DNA in it.
Dude, I remember raping.
Yeah, he did a lot of that.
Yeah, I remember holding a blood clot when I was born.
So you might be right. I mean, chances are there is someone named Kaido that was his grandson.
I guess
Kaido
so, yeah.
Khan?
Kaido Khan. That's a great name, by the way.
Kaido Khan.
That's a very cool name, yeah. Kaido Khan.
Khan!
Well,
anyway, go ahead.
I get that right.
Thank you.
I guess that's it. Also, my friend wants to say hi.
Hello, friend.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Aloha.
Hey, I'd like to say that I really like the One Piece podcast and I listen to it weekly.
Thank you.
And my question, this has been brought up earlier, but what do you think of the theory that Law would actually end up taking the immortality of Kaido? Although you said that gives him, like, he's not going to die from disease or something, but he's still going to be, he's going to be killed by blades and stuff. But wouldn't that add like more depth to Law's involvement with the Straw Hats?
I think our theory was that a previous user of the of his devil fruit did that. Which is, I mean, still I guess possible. It would definitely explain his endurance. I would like to see Law have some connection with Kaido in some way, just to give him a little more purpose. Yeah. I
kind of feel like the way it's been set up, though, I can't imagine if Law was actually going to do it, if it wouldn't happen like at the very end of the series, you know?
Okay. I see.
What if Law could take Kaido's immortality away from him? Wouldn't that make Kaido happy?
Yeah, that actually would make him happy because he's been trying to die. So yeah,
I like that theory, Brian.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thanks for calling in, guys.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so we had another question. You had on Piece the Tweet, right, Steve?
That's right. Well, we were talking about the Sengoku being based off of Sora, or is Sora based off of Sengoku? I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
A Sengoku sword?
No, I kind of think like, yeah, with the seagull hat and with everything that's kind of been foreshadowed, I do think that Sora is supposed to represent Sengoku. Yeah. Also, though, Sora might just be like an amalgamation of all the Navy heroes. Like Garp and Sengoku, and someone else brought this up too. Maybe Sora is supposed to represent Kong, because we know that Kong was once the fleet admiral before he was like the commander in chief or whatever. So maybe that was like the era of Kong.
Maybe Kong's the robot.
or I can actually see the robot being Vegapunk, like maybe one of the
I thought that too,
or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I could also it could be Occam's razor here and just be like, oh no, it's just like this represents the Navy and that's it.
Yeah, well, we don't know how long this comic's been around for. I mean, if it's like One Piece, it could have been around for like 20, 30 years. And maybe Sengoku was inspired by the comic.
Yeah.
But then Germa 66 being in it.
Yeah, they've probably been around for a long time too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we've reached the end of our time here, unless we get a call in like the next minute or so. I just want to, read out where we got calls from. Georgia, Rhode Island, Canada. I'm going to sound like Howard Dean by the end of this. Georgia,
either that or Yakko Warner.
how
Georgia, Rhode Island, Canada, Texas, Caribbean, Florida, California.
Oh, you just inspired listeners to make something out of this.
So, I mean, I think California wins the day here. I think we definitely had the majority. I think we had the least.
What? California.
We had the least international callers, I think, out of any call-in this time. I think the New Yorker from the Caribbean. We had one Canadian who refused to say their province. One person who was just from the United States, so who knows with that. And one Ireland member.
I'm from the United States.
But we covered a lot of states. I mean, we had one person from Wyoming, we had Kentucky, Tennessee, California, Missouri, Texas, Georgia, a lot of Georgias actually, Michigan,
Louisiana,
Louisiana, Oregon, yeah, it's been everywhere. So
I've been everywhere, man.
At least in the United States. So international callers, I mean, I understand your time zones and stuff may make this difficult, but step up next time. That's all I'm saying.
Only one girl this time, and she's employed. So
I thought we had a few.
Jill too. Jill called.
No, that's who he's talking about.
Oh, no, there was one before.
There was a girl from Georgia as well.
That's right.
Oh no, there's another girl. Yeah,
and there was another girl who came on and she was like, oh, I'm a huge fan. I'm kind of
nervous. I think that was a guy.
Oh, was it? Oh well.
Well, now it's awkward.
Another guy's gonna listen to the podcast. But, oh man. No, this was a lot of callers, Zach.
This was more than I could remember. I've never been so inundated. I'm sure it's in part thanks to our guest here today. I'm going to say Roger, too. This has been episode 419 of the One Piece Podcast. We have to do these more, I think, is what I've learned from this. We've gotten, I think we got over 70 calls, many of which we could not answer. Those are just the missed ones. So that plus all the ones we did answer.
Breaks.
Yeah, Oda, take more breaks. What are you doing? The problem is we've had a lot of stuff to do during the breaks, like volume recaps and stuff. So we'll do one of these again soon, hopefully. There were some people who tried calling in with block numbers. Unfortunately, we could not take those. Skype literally would not let us take those, so I apologize for those who called in. Steve, you mentioned we had one more piece together question.
We did. This one comes from True Masters, and he writes, do you guys believe we will see Lola back again in the main story? Hashtag piece of tweet, hashtag One Piece podcast, hashtag Steve Yurko, best podcaster.
Wait, I know why you picked this one.
No, I think this is quite the interesting question here. Will Lola appear in the main story again?
Yes.
Oh,
I say no.
Probably.
I don't think she needs to.
Maybe not.
I honestly think everybody will come back at the ending. Like, everybody. Even Gaimon, everybody.
Yeah.
I think because the last time we seen her, she was at Water 7, and I think that's it's a bit of a ways to go.
Yeah, but she's making a reverse trip around the planet, so at some point they may run into her.
Yeah.
They're not going very fast. They're one island down.
They're vacationing.
I honestly don't think she's going to show up in this arc. I really don't.
Oh, this arc? Oh,
yeah.
I doubt it. But we may flash to her.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm I interpret main story as in the current arc, and I don't think she will.
Oh. Yeah, no, maybe not. Because she is outside the Grand Line. Yeah, I think by the end of the story, though, she will definitely show up.
Oh, of course.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that then. Sorry, Steve. You're right.
So before we go, I want to remind everyone we will be at MatsuriCon in Columbus, Ohio. So if this wasn't enough for you and you want to see us in person, come to Ohio. August 19th through 21st.
Ohio. Well, we got One Piece panels.
It's going to be really cool. We're going to be doing a lot more than we usually do. Funimation's announced some really awesome stuff, which we are also going to be involved with. And I suggest if you're a fan of One Piece, if you're a fan of the dub, even if you're not a fan of the dub and you want to see, an episode performed in real time by the actors who play them here, I think it would be really cool. It will. I know it will be very cool. They're doing a table read with the entire Funimation cast. Stephanie Young and Lucy Christian will not be there in person, but they'll be doing it via Skype, which is how we do our podcast. So you'll know it'll be. It's good. It's good technology. So the entire crew will be doing it. Plus, there'll be some other special guests there helping out along with that. There'll also be a One Piece Cast Tells All session, which we'll be helping out with as well. And we are also going to be doing some cool panels at MatsuriCon. So please keep an eye on our website, the MatsuriCon website and Twitter, and just, listen out for announcements as they come. That is going to be fun. Steve will be there. I'll be there. Ed will be there. Dude will be there. Sam will most likely be there. And maybe more. I don't know. Other people are trying. Yeah, that's all I got. Roger, how can people find you?
Sure. You can find me at RogersBase on YouTube, or you can find me at RogersBase on Twitter. Apparently that one guy wants me to watch his Mother 3 live stream, so again, tweet me, and I'll watch it. And thanks for having me on. This is always fun.
Thank you, Roger.
Oh, and also, you guys can find me at ASEN this upcoming weekend. I will be there Friday and Saturday. I will 100% be at the One Piece cosplay meetup, and I'm having an actual meetup with fans immediately following in the same location. So, yeah, come say hi.
Brian.
You can find me on Twitter at Dark King Zoro, all one word. You can look up some of my artwork on DeviantArt as Banendorf, and you can watch episodes of Rick and Morty and Teen Titans to see some of the shows I've helped work on.
Joey.
Well, they can go to my website, glimspanky.com, or follow me on Twitter at glimspanky. No. Okay. So, yeah, follow me on Twitter at Joey Weiser, or Tumblr, joeyweiser.tumblr.com. I have a few things to talk about. First of all, I had the soft cover of the first volume of Merman came out last week. So
Merman, yay!
Yeah, so please go check it out. And also, last week debuted the first sort of prequel episode of my new podcast, Toho Yaro. that I do with Alex the Dude and our friend Scott, talking about Japanese movies. So the first proper review episode is going to drop next month, and that is covering 1954's Godzilla. So watch that and give it a listen. But for now, check out episode 0, which at the moment is just on SoundCloud, right?
Yes, those will all be, all of our little podcasts will at one point be on iTunes, but we're waiting until we're making a lot of moves right now, so we want to we want to be all set in our new location before we do anything.
Yeah, but definitely listen to episode 0. It's just an introduction to the idea of the show and introducing the hosts and talking about our history with Japanese movies. And we get into, I feel like the last 5 minutes or so is where we were really getting on a roll and getting some interesting conversation about that stuff going.
It's better than our first episode of our podcast. I'll say that right now.
But and then besides that, I'll be at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina, June 17th through 19th. Please come and check that out. Say hi to me if you're there. And the next weekend I'll be at ALA, the American Library Association conference in Orlando. So librarians, hit me up.
Steve, where can people find you?
Find me all over social media at Steve Yurko, all one word. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Ask FM. I'm all over. It's just Steve Yurko, all one word. It's so easy to find me. Listen to some of our other podcasts, like 20 Minutes of Bullshit, that myself and the dude host. It's guaranteed around 20 minutes of bullshit. We're still pumping out episodes every other week or so check those out. Do listen to Endless Schmaltz too. We'll be getting some new episodes out. Also because we put Dan on blast live on our podcast. So.
Well, yeah, listen to. I forgot to say that earlier. Listen to Punch Trump Love with me and Brian and Zach. It's a lot of fun.
If you could take our politics. Yeah, go ahead, Steve. Sorry, he interrupted you with politics again.
Mm-hmm.
And blinded you with science.
And yeah, upcoming cons. I will be at Fanime. You can find me at table 1405 in the Artist Alley. And then the following week, I will be at A-Con in Dallas. I will also be in the Artist Alley. So check me out at both those cons.
Thank you, Steve. I guess I should do the round off, unless anyone else here wants to take a swing at it.
I don't remember the damn number.
Okay. So someone else is gonna... No, I'll just do the whole thing. You could find me at Zach_Logan on Twitter. You could also find the podcast on Twitter at One Piece Podcast. You can find us on Tumblr at onepiecepodcast.tumblr.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/One Piece Podcast. We are on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us on all of those places. They're all pretty fantastic, I'll tell you what. You could also... I should probably know these. We're also on Stitcher Radio if you're still using that for some reason. We're I don't get it. We're on any RSS feed that you could find us and subscribe to us. So please listen to us. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/One Piece Podcast. Big thanks to Cody, who has been putting our episodes out there weekly. This episode will not be on YouTube because he is getting married this week, so I want to give him a big congratulations there.
Marriage.
Yes. Thank you, Brian, for demeaning that important ceremony. No. But you could also call us on our phone number. Steve, what's that phone number?
Is it 397
No,
Maji?
no, that's not what it is. Everyone here knew what our phone number is, and they all called in. We had 100 people or more call in. They all knew it.
I'm half drunk when we do these.
Our phone
Maji.
Our phone number is 347-497-MAJI. That phone number again is 347-497-6254. Call anytime.
Anytime.
With your questions, comments, theories, and reasons why our own crew should probably know the phone number. Please enjoy other Maji Media productions, such as the ones we mentioned: Endless Schmaltz, 20 Minutes of Bullshit, Punch Trump Love, Tahoe. Yeah, I'm not even going to be able... Toho Yaro, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it.
That's too many syllables in that one, Zach.
There's so many. And And I'm probably missing some of... the On a Manga podcast from Jammer. And many more. So please follow us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/OnePiecePodcast for all of those episodes of all of those fantastic shows. And thank you, all of you guys, for helping out with those. Anyway, we'll see you next week with a brand new manga recap, a brand new anime recap, and a lot more. See you next week, everyone. Goodbye.
And my name is Steve.
And my name is Zach.
Way late.
Oh yeah.
Who's that shining, running forever?
I may have like forgotten the phone number, but at least I haven't forgotten how to close the show.